Hey guys, morning. Let me go ahead and set up this room real quick and then we can get started. So let me just finish setting everything up here. Let's see. Got this set up. Happy Friday, guys. It is Friday, April 9th. This week's about to come to an end. I'm looking at this scalp right here. I was going to take it, but the market's going to open right now in about 6 minutes. So I just didn't have enough time for me to really air it out. It was a risky trade, so I decided not to take it, but I marked it up anyways to see, how it plays out. So let me just finish setting this room up real quick, and then we should be on our way. 6:24. New York Stock Exchange opening bells in about 5 minutes. So once that happens, we'll see how everything moves from there. Damn, I should have just took this trade even for a small scalp. I could have probably wrote it up for a little bit before market open. Damn, it's gonna hit TP. I already know it's gonna hit TP. I'm gonna regret not taking this trade. Finish setting this up right here. All right, looks like we're good. Let me get this link out to you guys real quick. So send this over to you guys. Let you guys make it into here. I'll send out the Zoom link early so that you guys can get that as well. Let's get that set up right there. So we send out to you guys shortly. Let me just get this link sent out to everywhere else. All out to our social media real quick. We can get started. Yeah. What do you guys think? You think it's gonna hit full TV before market open? This is a scalp I was looking at earlier, guys. If you guys are just joining the room, I was just mentioning to these guys that I was gonna take this trade, but it was so close to a market opening bells in about 4 minutes. I didn't want to take it because you might see some crazy spikes. One thing that someone was telling me that was hold on 1 second. One thing that someone was telling me that I don't tell me internet connection. You have internet connection issues again today. One thing that someone was telling me was that if you look at the prior candle to opening, that'll usually indicate the direction for the actual open. So we'll see how that plays out. Let's see this candle. This is a candle actually. So I guess if this candle closes bullish, it's supposed to have a bullish momentum push, or if it closes bearish, it's supposed to come down. So we'll see how that plays out. I don't know how accurate that is. One of the other K2 members is one that told me about it, but I'm not too familiar with it. But we'll see, how it plays out. Let me finish sending this out to the rest of our social media real quick. I don't know what's going on with our other links. For some reason, the links aren't working. Let me just mute this. But we'll see. I mean, I'll let this run right here. I'm not in the trade. I wanted to hop in this trade, but I didn't because it was too close to market open. So get this on our Instagram real quick, and then we should be good to go. I think that's it for our post. And I'll send you guys a Zoom link as well. Here's the Zoom link, actually. I'll send it to you guys right now. Here's the Zoom link for you guys there in the premium. There you go. You guys got the Zoom link. Post this on the IG real quick. Can't wait at big drops. See, that's why I didn't take that trade there. Because something like this could happen, and I would have hated, because I'm taking big lot sizes now with this new strategy because it's hitting so often. I mean, the win rate's crazy. I might as well just I might as well just up my lot size. Damn, they always change the swipe up button here on Instagram. Like now I have all all the random ones. All right, letting that post real quick. Let's see, we got about 30 seconds left on this candle. We'll see how it pushes up. Oh man, if it pushes a bullish, I think it's gonna push up even higher. I might even hop into it if it pushes a bullish. I'd hop in for like a quick little scalp. Just might ride that wave with you guys. I'll take it with a smaller lot size, not a freaking 10. It's too risky. All right, I'm not gonna mess with this. Or maybe I will. I'll see. I'm gonna watch it, see how it moves. Nah, it's too crazy. So this is what I was saying. If it was going to close bullish, it was probably going to push up like super high, you know, have a strong volatility push up, but it's bearish. So it might be dropping from here. I think this is how Cheryl trades. Like you've seen Cheryl's profits. She mentioned how she does it. She waits for the opening candle and then she takes the trade. Let me look on the 10 minute. I think she looks on the 10 minute as well. Let me check. Real quick. No, I just muted everybody. All right, cool. So let's see. Yeah, we'll see how this ends up pushing. I just want to see if like that that type of strategy works here. I wasn't sure if she meant if it's on the 3-minute or the 10-minute, but if she was talking about the 10-minute, then it should be bullish because it looks bullish right here, the previous candle. Letting everybody join into the room right now. Yeah, it's too crazy. I'm not going to mess with it. I'm glad I didn't hop into that trade because I'd be sweating right now if I wasn't sure, you know, the direction of price. I'm going to let everybody make it into the room. I got everything posted here. Let me go over to the YouTube. All right, let me check the chat out. Morning, Peter. Morning, Kushi. Morning, Andrea. Morning, Yash. Morning, Shawn. Morning, John. Morning, Sam. Morning, David. Morning, Bilal. Morning, Sisuk. There we go. It's about to hit full TP. So maybe their whole thing isn't necessarily, you know, and that's why, I was just trying to test out that hypothesis that some people mentioned. I'm not sure if they were referring to the 10-minute, because if they're referring to the 10-minute, the previous candle was a buy signal, or not a buy signal, but a buy candle. So obviously it would, you know, push up from there. Looking at this on the 3-minute, damn, there you go, full TP. I should have just freaking took that trade. Damn. If I took that trade, I would have made like the 2,500 right here off this, because I'm taking bigger lot sizes now. It's all good. I mean, I didn't take it, but if you guys did take it, full TP to you guys right there. So I'm not going to be going over the new strategy, guys, but as you like, this strategy lines up with Josh's strategy, right? So if you turn on the, let me go to the freaking, where's that thing at? Yeah. So Josh is right here. If you were to take a sell right here, this would have lined up with this one right here, right? Because we had a sell order block here, and then a sell signal right here. So if you were to take this sell over here, this would have this one or this one, they both would have lined up with Josh's strategy right here. So if you guys still want to scalp, you guys can still scalp just as well with Josh's 3-minute scalp strategy right here, right? Because if you took either of these trades right here, they both would have hit full TP. So you guys don't have to use the new strategy. Josh's strategy lines up perfectly with it as well. So if you guys still want to scalp, I mean, you guys could still scalp. There's nothing wrong with scalping with Josh's old strategy. It's just, you know, it's just an extra confirmation using the order blocks that we're using. So, so I'm not really going to be going over that strategy because you know, yesterday it got out of hand. Like I showed you guys the strategy, and then I ended up with like over 1,000 messages over like within an hour, everyone asking about the new strategy. So like, I'm not going to go over the new strategy today until it's fully done. My coder is still on vacation right now. So when he gets back, then we can work on that new indicator that I'm going to be developing for you guys. And then we could, show you guys how to identify these things, because order blocks are not easy to identify, especially if you're not an experienced trader. It's hard for you guys to identify it. The only reason I can identify it is because I'm used to seeing it. Like I can kind of spot where it's at when I see it just by looking at the chart, at random. So that's why this is something that I can't teach you guys until I create the new indicator for you, because I don't want you guys to make mistakes and then misidentify order blocks and take the wrong trades, right? I want to make sure that you guys are on point and you guys are taking trades that are almost guaranteed to hit. But anyways, this strategy was good. I mean, this entry right here was good. I wish I took it, but it's all good. I'm not complaining about it. My profits for this week are like really, really good. I don't know if you guys were following. I don't think we had any losses this week for the scalps, right? So if you guys were following me, if you guys were following me for this whole week, let's see. We did pretty good this week. I mean, yesterday was like crazy. I had no losses yesterday. If you guys were following the live session and stuff. So yesterday, up until today, this is my account right here. You guys can see that they're all wins, right? From yesterday on the 8th up until last night, the 9th. The turnover is midday for me, so that's why I just flips over to the 9th right here. But I mean, pretty much all of these were pretty much all from yesterday with no losses. So if you guys sat in on the live session yesterday, I know if you guys aren't in the premium, the live session is private from yesterday because I covered the new strategy. So if you guys were in the premium yesterday, or if you guys are in the premium, you guys watched the video yesterday and we discovered something that was crazy. Big Thoughty's asking, where do I learn 3-minute strategy? So Big Thoughty, do you have the indicators? You need the indicators to apply the strategy, because you can't apply this 3-minute strategy here unless you have the K2 indicators. If you have the K2 indicators, you can watch the 3-minute strategy either on the website or you can watch it here on the YouTube. If you go to videos here, you can see it's going to be right over here. Let's see, where's it at? It's going to be the one with Josh. So if you just, right here, Josh 3-minute strategy. We had this live session 2 weeks ago. It's right here. It says Josh 3-minute strategy, K2 Trades live mentoring session. So if you look at this one right here, this is going to be Josh's 3-minute strategy that I just went over here, but you can't apply it unless you have the indicators. So you have to have the indicators in order to apply it. So if you want to learn it, you can, but there's like no way you can apply it unless you have the indicators. And if you want the indicators, you just need to go on the website, k2trades.com, click on K2 strategy course right here. And that's where you can get the indicators right here to take these trades. And that's pretty much how everyone here is making all of these profits, right? Let me see. Nice. So Jazz over here, he took the buy that I just talked about. So he took the buy that I just showed you guys that I didn't take. Unfortunately, I missed this buy right here. Oh, it was on this chart. So I didn't take this buy right here, but Jazz took it right here. He locked in 441 off that trade. So nice work off that, Jazz. But pretty much all of the indicators right here. Okay, so Cheryl over here, she made 1,697. So she only scalped one US 30 trade, but she took a whole bunch of these other ones, CAD CHF and NZD CAD and CAD CHF as well down here. So nice work, Cheryl. So great work by Cheryl over here. Her name's Making with K2 if you guys have seen it in the group, but her profits are always on point as well. And these are my profits from last night too. So these are mine from last night. I made about 3,408 during Asia session. I took 3 US 30 scalps and they all hit TP. That's one account. I made 3,408 on that one. My second account over here, I made 1,704. So, I mean, we all did pretty good yesterday. And if you guys want to learn the strategy, it's available to you guys, or unless you guys just want to copy my trades, you guys can do that too. It's just, you guys have to wait for me to actually call these trades, and these calls don't come very often, right? So it's really up to you guys if you guys want to, profit like everyone else here. But if you don't, then it's fine. You guys can just sit and watch me trade and take my trades when I do take my trades. Yeah, that's right, Big Thoughty. And every time I see your name, she cracks me up. Let me scroll up real quick and see who else is here. Hey, morning, Steven. Morning, Terrence. Morning, Bilal. Bilal's asking, have you tried Josh's strategy on NASDAQ 100? I personally haven't, but other people here have. I'll take a look for you if you want me to. So I'll take a look at that and we'll see look how bullish it is. I wish I took that trade. If I took that trade right there, that would have been crazy. I would have locked in at least 2,000-3,000 off this trade here. But it could have went the other way, right? I could have lost 2,000 or 3,000, so I didn't want to risk it. Steven said, so not every Friday is a risky trading day. It is a risky trading day, Steven. It just, you know, sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. I would call this some luck right here because Friday is kind of choppy. Peter sit down and back test that candle strategy, right? Hey, morning, Andrew. Let me scroll down real quick. Morning, Spencer. Morning, everybody. So yeah, this is the new strategy that I was going over with you guys. So basically, we identify an order block, and then so first we identify an order block. Second, we identify a K2 momentum signal. So if you see a momentum signal pushing away from an order block right here, odds are it's going to skyrocket in that direction, right? Same with this one over here. Like I took all these buys right here. Me and Josh kind of killed it yesterday. So we see same thing right here, right? So we take this right here. There's an order block. And then there's a buy signal right here, right? If we have those two that line up and you see the momentum signal pushing away from the order block, we take this right there and we catch that TP right there, right? And that's how I took these trades over here. So that's how I made, you know, this profit right here off that. And then this one over here too. As you can see again right here, we have another order block right here. We have a buy signal right here. These are invalid. I mean, sometimes you can trade the invalid if you want, but I usually like to wait for the valid. So I see the order block, valid buy signal right there. I take the buy right there, boom, full TP, right? It's really easy. It's not that difficult. And there's a whole bunch of entries right here as well, right? Right there, buy signal right there, full TP. Right there, there's an order block, buy signal right there, full TP, right? Easy as that. And that's why you guys have seen I've increased my lot size. I went from 5 lot to 10 lot because I'm really confident with this strategy because we keep hitting. Like everyone yesterday killed it. If you guys looked at everyone's profits from yesterday, like I think yesterday was one of the craziest profit days for everybody, like massive profits among everyone. So if you scroll here, see Cheryl made 1,600. I'll scroll up to the day before. So here's April 8th. You can see Tam over here. She locked in 718. Her other account, she made 204. So that's almost about 1,000. Jalana made about 300. Mercedes made 1,700. Mark over here made 607. Quinn made 1,163. Quinn on his other account as well, right here. He made about another 1,000 right there. Jonathan over here made about, Jonathan made almost 3,000 yesterday. Mark over here, 3,000 on that account. So you guys can see, like, once I release this new strategy to you guys, like, that's why a bunch of people kept hitting me up because they wanted to learn this. But right now, this is only available to the K2 admins. It's not available to any of the members because we're still working on the new indicator for you guys. So I'm looking for another entry here. If I see another one that comes up over here, I'll tell you guys, and then we can all hop into that trade. But until we catch that, you know, there's not really going to be much for us to look at. And if you guys are trying to look for the session yesterday where we made all those profits, that session is private. It's only available to the K2 premium members. So that's why you guys can't find it on the YouTube, because I actually went over the strategy in detail. Like I went over the requirements, and we just don't want to have that open to the public right now. That's why we have it only open to our premium members. So no entry here yet. No entry here. Let's look on the 10-minute. So the 10-minute still works too, guys. Like, don't get it wrong. Like, it still works perfectly fine. It's just when there's no entries on the 10-minute, we go over to the 3-minute. And if there's no entries on the 3-minute, we go over to the 1-minute. So I'll show you guys right here what I mean by that. So let's see, I don't see any entries here, but I'll show you like an entry here that I do see. So we got one. And like all the, like if you use any of the K2 strategies last night, you made like massive profit because everything's been hitting. So here's the first entry that I see right here, just from a bird's eye view. So using the K2 Snipe strategy, first you want to identify a wick rejection off the K2 pivot. So it's rejecting off the K2 pivot right there. You catch the wick rejection off the K2 SR level right there. And if you take a long position right here, I mean, those are both the requirements. You just confirm the wick rejection off the K2 pivot and K2 SR. If you take that right there, that would be a full TP, right? With no drawdown. Perfect entry right there. Same thing with Josh's entry. Let's see, what time was this? This was at 1:30 a.m. London session. So if you're trading that again, like over here, this is 1:30 over here. You probably would have missed this one right here. But if you did take that, it's the same time, right? 1:30. This is 1:30. So 130 right here. If you took it on the 3-minute, you still would have hit full TP right there, but you probably would have skipped this trade. And even if you skip that trade right there, you would take this one, because looking at Josh's strategy here, basically you're just identifying that we have a momentum signal above the pivots, or that it's crossing. So right here it's crossing, over here it's above. If it's above right here, then you can take another long position right there. Stop loss is going to be 50. Let me just fix that. 25, 50. So we got that set up right there. There you go, full TP, right? Doesn't matter if you took this entry right here or that entry. So it doesn't matter if you're using the 10-minute strategy, full TP. If you're using the 3-minute strategy, TP. If you're using the brand new strategy that I was just mentioning right here, what was that, 130? So here's the order block right here. And this is 130 right here, right? This is the momentum signal right here. So it doesn't matter if you're trading my strategy on the 10-minute, if you're trading Josh's strategy, or if you're trading our brand new strategy right here, they all would have hit full TP, right? It doesn't matter. Even if you didn't see any of these trades and you went on the 1-minute over here, I mean, it doesn't matter if you're on the 1-minute here. Look at this right here, right? This was at about 1 o'clock. So you would have gotten in even earlier if you saw this right here. So this is 1 o'clock. You could have entered this one right here. Same thing, parameters 25, 50. So you would have been in some drawdown for a bit because you got in like way too early, but eventually you would have hit full TP right there, right? And you didn't even hold on to this for that long. This would have just been a 3-hour trade, which is fine. I mean, during London session, what would you expect trading US 30? So it doesn't matter if you're applying my 10-minute strategy, if you're applying Josh's 3-minute strategy, if you're applying the new strategy that I'm developing right now, or if you applied the 1-minute strategy over here, they all would have hit full TP, right? Very, very simple. So that's why a lot of people made profit last night. And that's why everyone's profits are sitting pretty heavy, right over here. So let me help out Eric real quick. Let me just get this over here. Sorry guys, we got a new member here that just signed up to K2. He wants the indicators because he wants to start taking these trades himself. So let me just give him access to the indicators real quick. Let's do it manually. All right, you got the indicators. Of course you want the indicators because that's how you make your money here. All right, so we're good with that. Let me just message him real quick. Let's see, Eric. Perfect. Just gave him his access. Eric over here, or not Eric, Edward, Ed over here locked in 1,000 off gold. So if you guys have been following Ed this week, Ed's been killing it with gold, like literally all week. This dude's been on fire. Let me check this real quick. All right, so there's no entry yet here for US 30. There's no order block above here. So we'll wait for it to shoot up. This might even be just a retracement right here. Because if this is a retracement, then it's fine because we'll probably catch an order block below here and we'll catch it as it comes back up. But we'll follow it. So this closed right here. Let me see what else we got over here. All right, nothing here on Josh's 3-minute. Right here, we're just waiting for an order block and a possible buy. We're not going to take another buy if a buy does enter here because it's too late. The order block is down here, and this, like, you can only use one order block for one momentum push. So order block right there, bullish momentum. We would have taken the long position right there, full TP. Right here, there's a sell signal, but there's no order block around this area, at least not yet. We have to confirm it first. Once we confirm it, then we can take the sell, but there's no order block right now. So in order for us to take a buy, we need another order block to establish somewhere around this area. There might be, because it looks like there's an area of liquidity right here. So there might be an order block that's going to show up at some point. If this closes above here, so this is what I kind of see happening. This might come up, come back to retest this area. And then if this establishes as an order block, then we can, then we'll see. If that happens, then we'll take the buy signal if it comes up here. But we'll be waiting for it. I have my alert set up, so when it does show up or when we get a signal there, I will you will see that we will be taking this trade here. So other than that, all right, other than that, we're just gonna be waiting, guys. There's no entry available yet, but you sit tight. Once it comes up, I'll give you guys the entry and we'll all make some money off this. Let's see. I forgot what I was looking at. Sorry, guys. I'm like scatterbrain right now. There's too much stuff that I was looking at here. I was looking over here at the 10-minute. There's no entry here anyway, so we're good. Yeah, nothing right here. So nothing off that, but we'll be looking for this. I think this is going to be the main thing we're looking for. So the cool thing about this is if we get a buy signal here, it's going to fall in line with Josh's 3-minute strategy and also the new strategy here. So if they're a buy on both, both strategies, odds are it's probably going to hit. So we'll be waiting for that, and then we'll continue on with this as well. Let's see. Yeah, so Ed, oh, sorry, that was what I was talking about. So Ed, if you guys have been following, Ed's one of our K2 members. He's a good friend of us here. He's been trading gold like all week. Like if you look at all of his profits for this week, so this is today, the timestamp, right? Ed made 1,055 off that trade. Yesterday, see April 8th over here, Ed made 2,088 off gold. Before that, on the 7th, Ed made 2,812 off gold, right? So Ed's been killing it, guys. If you guys have been following Ed, like all the timestamps here, they're just his profits. So today he made 1,000. Yesterday he made 2,000. The day before that he made 2,000. The day before that he made another 2,500. And then on Tuesday he made 2,066. On this Tuesday he had 2 different accounts, I think. This one he made 4,267. And so his other account right here, 2,000. And then on Monday, he made 2,069. So he's been making like 2,000 a day just trading gold. So he's doing pretty good. If you guys have profits that you guys want to send over to me, go ahead and send them over and I'll add them to our list for today. Here's Kyle over here. Kyle locked in 1,000 too. Damn, look at Kyle. Show off over here. Dude trading his GJ. Don't tell me that's a 4-hour trade, Kyle. Did you take that? Let me check. And if Kyle took that GJ trade, I'm gonna be mad. What was it? A sell? Oh, it was a sell. This dude did take that trade. Freaking Kyle. Let me check this real quick. Yeah, my bad, Kyle. We haven't gone on that live session yet. Kyle has the strategy he's been applying too that we're going to talk about. Yeah, it's coming down right here too, bro. So I think this is the one, or I don't know if this is the one you took, but it looks like a good one right here. If that was the case, I mean, either one, you could have taken this trade right here for a short because it rejected off this point, right? I mean, there's a lot of entries you could have taken here. Rejection off this point, you took that sell right there for GJ, full TP. If you waited for it to close below the structure right here, it's the same thing, right? You waited for it to close below the structure, another sell there, another full TP. So nice work, Kyle. That's pretty good, dude. So Kyle's on point with that one. Oh, Kyle said it was on the 15 last night. Nice, bro. Yeah, Kyle locked in 520 for that GJ sell, and then he locked in, I don't know if you took this right now, Kyle, when I gave that buy, the 582. I think you did, right? You took the same one that I was looking at, the one that I decided not to take. So Kyle took this one right here, this buy, and he gave me the full TP off that. So nice work, Kyle. He locked in some nice profit off that. Let's see Billy over here too. Billy sent me his profits. Damn, Billy said, I'm up 1,200 already now. Time to play with K2. Nice, dude. So yeah, Billy over here, he took that buy that I was mentioning earlier, the buy right here. He locked in 1,232. So Billy's killing it too. As you guys can see here, there's not just one person in K2 that's killing it this morning, right? Like literally everybody is killing it, guys. Like, just looking at the saved profits right here, you can see the date stamp right here for today. Billy locked in 1,232. Kyle locked in 1,000. Ed locked in 1,046. Cheryl over here locked in 1,600. Jazz over here locked in 441. And that's about it for today, just today, this morning. Jonathan over here sent me his profits too. Jonathan locked in 617 off that buy for US 30. So as you guys can see, if you guys have the indicators, I didn't call any of these trades here. So if you guys have these indicators, you guys can take these trades all on your own. It's not that difficult. So congrats to everybody here. There we go with the buy signal right there. This might be a buy for Josh's strategy over here. I don't see the order block here for for the new strategy, but I do see it over here for Josh's. So we got about 2 minutes left on this candle. If it closes as a valid buy, then it's going to be an entry for Josh's strategy right here. So if it closes, I'll give you guys the parameters. I mean, it hasn't closed yet. We got 2 minutes left. So once it does close, I can call that trade for you guys, and then you guys can possibly hop into it. So just hold tight. We got 2 minutes left. Let me go down the chat real quick and see what else did I miss. All right, so let me let's see. Neptune say, can we stop talking about the new strategy until it's finished or released? I'd rather focus on our trading if it's not available. Neptune, the thing with the strategy is it lines up with Josh's strategy. So it doesn't matter if we're applying the new one or if we're applying Josh's strategy, it's the same entry. So I mean, if I'm talking about this, we would talk about this because it confirms both the entries, right? You would want two confirmations rather than one because two stronger than one confirmation. So, I mean, it's kind of hard for me not to talk about it because we kind of want that confirmation to take the trade. And I mean, people still want the scalps, right? Because you guys see me making these profits here. If you guys don't want these trades, then that's fine. I don't need to give you guys these right here. You guys can ask Neptune to give you the trades since he doesn't want these. I'm just messing with you. I know you're excited, but I'm still going to call the trades, obviously, because I'm not going to take the trades and make profit and not share with you guys. It just wouldn't make sense because if I'm making profit off it, we could all make profit off it. I don't have to be greedy about it. But if you don't want to listen to it, Neptune, you can just whenever you see these order blocks on my chart, just ignore what I'm saying because everyone else still wants to make profits with me. Like if I'm taking the trade, it's going to be a good trade. So if I see it, I'm going to call it. But if I don't see it, then I'm not going to call it. But if we do have a buy here, it's going to line up with the new strategy. So that's why, they would just inner align with each other. So we'll see. But there's no signal here, so we have to wait off it. We have 30 seconds left on this candle, so it's not going to close. No entry off this. We'll wait for the next one. This is fine that we don't have a signal here. I actually want this to happen here because you can see how price is kind of coming back down right here. So I think an order block is going to probably show up at some point. Let's see how this closes. Because that's what we want. We want an order block here. We got 5 seconds left. I just need to see where this wick closes. Yeah. So we'll see how this closes right here. And then if this ends up closing or no, let's just break below. So it's probably going to keep pushing a little further. But what I'm waiting for is for an order block to come up over here. Dave is asking, wonder why my second clock is different than yours. It's off by about 20 seconds. It's because you're on the YouTube, Dave. If you go on the Zoom link was posted in the premium. It's real time. The YouTube is delayed by a few seconds. That's the whole point of joining the premium so that you can have access to everything real time. So Dave, make sure that you're looking at the Zoom. The YouTube is just used for the chat. We don't really use it for the actual video unless you're not in the premium. It's just for the public. But if you are in the premium, which you are, you have access to the real-time video on the Zoom, Dave. So make sure you're looking at the right screen. You're looking at the Zoom, not the YouTube. And if you guys want access to the Zoom, just go on the website as well, K2trades.com. That's how you get access to it. So we're waiting for this entry here. It hasn't closed yet. We did have a pending signal, but it didn't close. So we're going to wait for the next one to appear. Once it appears, then we'll take that buy, and then we'll catch this right up to the profit target. Here, let me scroll up real quick and see what else. Yeah, Big Thought, I did see your question. Let me just scroll up real quick. You wanted to upgrade, right? Yeah, Big Thought. If you bought the $60 package and you buy the $2 yeah, you do cancel it because it's the strategies package includes the signals, so you don't have to have both. So if you wanted to do that, you would just go to you go on the website and you just cancel the signals one because the you're asking what exactly is an order block. It's like an area of liquidity. It's an area where like the banks are like where they're placing their orders for trades. But it's like way too complicated for me to teach you, Nick, because I know that you're still new to trading. So what I recommend you do is just go on YouTube and search order block videos, because there's a ton of videos out there. But for me to explain it to you brand new, it's going to be, it's going to be a little complicated. Like if you're an experienced trader, it's easier to explain to you because you guys can identify these things. But if you're brand new, and I know you're new, Nick, that's why it's kind of difficult to explain it to you. It's just like, if I do explain it to you, it's going to cause some confusion because you don't understand what liquidity is. You don't understand what, what the banks are trading. Like the order blocks are basically where the banks and institutions are trading, like where they're putting in big orders. So that's where you see the rejection point, right? Like for example, right here, this is an order block, because at this point over here, this is where the banks are basically putting in their orders. So the thing is, they put in their orders there. We have our momentum signal right here, and then that's where we ride the wave. So the banks, they pretty much push the price that direction, and we have the confirmation with our buy signal indicating the momentum swing, and then we just ride that wave up, and then we jump off the wave before it reverses on us. So that's like a basic explanation as to how it works. Yeah, that's a basic explanation as to how it works, but there's more to it. Like identifying the order blocks is going to be hard for me to explain to you since you're kind of brand new. But as you can see right here, these are order blocks right here. This is where the bank orders and institutions are placing their big orders, because price comes down here. They have their I don't know if it's an algorithm or something that buys at this area. So they have that initial push. And then everyone hops on over here. This is where we have the buy signal, and that's where we hop onto it for that buy, right? It's the same thing right there, full TP. Same situation right here. Price consolidates a bit. The banks and institutions put their orders in. We wait for it to confirm with our buy signal over here. So as you can see, it comes up, comes back for a retest. That's when the bank orders come in. And then from that point, we enter another buy right here. And then we enter that trade. So it's just, yeah. Oh yeah, no, definitely. Okay. So Nick does get it. Yeah, definitely. That's what it is. It's like a basic explanation, but identifying the order blocks is a little more complicated. Like I can tell you what it is, but to teach you how to identify it, that's why I'm creating this new indicator for you guys, so that you guys don't have to guess, because I've seen a lot of people try to identify order blocks like by scratch, and it's usually not on point. So I'm creating an indicator for you guys that won't repaint, because you guys can find other order block indicators online, but the problem with that is that they repaint. So that's something that you got to keep an eye out for. And repainting means that they could disappear. Like the thing with these K2 indicators that we have here, these lines right here, they don't disappear. Once they come on the screen, they're stuck there. But for these right here, they do repaint. So I need to go ahead and develop something brand new that will prevent that from happening, because you guys will enter into bad trades. So we do have an order block right here. This is probably going to drop. Let's see. I'm not going to take this trade, but I'm just going to mark it up in case, just to follow it, to see if it actually plays through, because this is not going to be a valid entry, but it's going to be we're just going to see how it ends up playing out, because this is probably going to, if price comes back above this area, this is going to disappear because it repaints. So we'll see how it plays out, but that's not an entry. Don't enter this trade here, guys. I'm just marking it up. No, it's not an entry, T-God. I'm just, I just have it marked up to see if it plays out. All right, let me scroll over here real quick and see what else we're looking at. I'm just gonna move this over here. So this isn't a trade, guys. Don't enter into this. I'm just marking this up to follow this move right here to see if this actually comes down from this point. But it's not an actual entry. Let me scroll up real quick. All right, I'm gonna go back up real quick. Looks like I missed a couple questions up here. Yeah, Neptune said, I'm excited about the new strategy though. Yeah, no, definitely. Nice. Funke said she grew 57 euros to 205 euros yesterday to today. Nice. Congrats, Funke. You're doing pretty good. Let's see. Peter said IG sentiment for US 30 is 70%. So majority of people are short right now for US 30. Let me check that real quick. Yeah, it looks like it updated a little bit, Peter. It's now or it's at 70% now. So this morning when I first opened it, when I first got online, it was 73%. It went down to 71, and now it's at 70. So looks like majority of people are starting to shift. They're starting to shift from sells to buys, which is good for us. And morning active. Perfect, Eric. What's up, Billy? Paul said, I'm on a buy. I'm going to buy on gold, heavy wick rejection off the zone. So I'll add these to the list over here, guys. So normally I don't trade on Fridays, guys, but so I'm going to be very careful about my trades. So I might be giving you guys some risky trades, which I'm not going to take myself, but I'll make sure to note that if that becomes the case. So Paul wants me to take a look at gold. I think we had another question here. Let me scroll up real quick. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anyone else's question. All right, no, he's good. So gold for Peter. I'm not Peter, for Paul. Zephyr said 1 minute has a sell. How does that affect our buy idea on the 3 minute and 10 minute? It doesn't really affect it that much, Zephyr, because the thing with the 1 minute is that it's, or no, well, this 1 minute doesn't affect it at all, Zephyr, right? Because this sell would have to be down here, right? I think you might be mixing the strategies up, Zephyr. In order for this to be a valid sell, it would have to be below here. So this doesn't mean anything because that is there, because it doesn't confirm that price is below, the pivots yet. Like for example, here, this is above the pivots, right? So that's why we would take this buy here, and that'd be a full TP, right? This sell right here is below the pivots, right? So with that sell right there, we would hit full TP right there. Same thing over here. This buy over here, it's above the pivots. So we take this buy over here. Or is it this one right here? Yeah, stop loss is 50. Profit target is 25. That's why we would take that buy. So you can see right here, all these hit full TP, right? The buys above the pivots, full TP. Sells below the pivots, full TP. Buys above the pivots, full TP. This sell right here is not below the pivots, so we wouldn't have taken that trade. That would have been a skip trade. Yeah, same thing right here. So this would, like, you can see here that sometimes it does work, but it's a risky trade. So we don't take that trade even though it would have hit full TP, but it's not below the pivot, so it's not with a trend. But right here, you can see this one is above the pivots, right? So if you took that trade there, Zephyr, full TP off this one. There you go, full TP. So as you guys can see here, these strategies are very simple. If you guys are in K2, this is how everyone makes profit. Like I literally simplify trading for everybody so that anyone can, profit off these trades. And yeah, if you guys want access to it, like I mentioned, it is available to you, but it's really up to you. You guys don't have to sign up. You guys can just sit on this live session for free and copy my trades as I take them. But if you guys want to make the real profits, like big profits, then, it's recommended that you actually learn these strategies here. Yeah, it looks good. Looks good. All right, cool. So let me see if there's anything else over here before I continue on. Yeah, you're all good, Zephyr. I know you probably when you first saw it, it probably closed. It was probably below here, and you probably thought it was going to close below it, but it didn't. So it's all good, Zephyr. You probably saw it mid candle. All right, we're still looking for an entry here. No entries available yet. Let me scroll up real quick and see what else we got over here. Nice. Hey, Edwin, how's it going? Morning. Let me scroll up and see what else did I miss over here. There's a lot of questions up here, so let me just make sure I didn't miss anything. Kyle said he's a show off too. Billy said, remember the 920 candle we spoke yesterday? The 920 candle tells you, oh, yeah. So Billy's the one that told me about that. Hey, Billy, so for that 920 candle, is that off the 10 minute or the 3 minute? I was trying to figure out who told me that, but it was you, Billy. So Billy mentioned that, the 920 candle off I'm assuming the 10 minute, right, Billy? So the 920 candle right here, this is what I was talking to you guys from the beginning of the session. Billy's the one that actually told me about that. He said if it's, if it's bullish, this is going to indicate momentum. So we have the rejection off this point. It's a bullish candle right here. And what do you know? Big push up right here, right? For like, big push up right here for like how many pips? almost 1,000 pips. So yeah, Billy's the one that actually told me about that. So thanks, Billy, for that tip. I should have just hopped into that buy when I saw it. I just forgot who told me about that. Gotcha. Okay, nice. Yeah, so Billy said he's back tested it from nice. He shoots for 750 pips. So Billy's been back testing this. Basically, he waits for the momentum to show right here off the 920 candle, which is before market open, 620 for me. And then he hops into this right here for 75 pips or 750 pips. And then he lets it run and boom, full TP. So nice work off that, Billy. Billy said Kyle helped a little bit. February is a bad month though. Helped a little. Yeah, no, I could see that. You know, it might be depending on news too, depending on how news has been moving. Nice work, guys. So like, there you go, guys. So you guys can see here, whenever K2 members find something new, they share with us. Like, it's not like we're hiding strategies from each other. Like whenever we find something that works, we share it with each other and we all make profit off it. That's the difference between our community and like other communities. Because I'm sure you guys have been in other communities where people like hide it, right? They find something that works really well and they don't want to share with anybody. At K2, we share with everybody and we all make profit off it. That's why every single day you see everyone making profit in K2, right? Because we all work as a team here. We're not competing with each other. We're all helping each other level up every single day. So like, these are just from today. If we go to a random date, like, I don't want to do that. Yeah, random date, like April 7th, CT made 2,000, right? We go to random date, April 5th, Mark made 3,000. We go to a random date. Oh my God. Random date, April 1st, Steven, he made 1,000 off that, right? Random date. March 29th, Dennis made 85 bucks off that. It doesn't matter if you have a big account, small account, you guys can profit with this here. March 25th, Steven, 19 bucks. You know, March 23rd, Sisu, 200 bucks. That's why we profit every single day, guys, because whenever someone finds something that's working good for that day, we share it with each other and everyone hops on that trade and then we all profit off it. But yeah, I mean, if you guys want to join the community, feel free. If not, that's fine. We're still going to be profiting regardless as to whether, you know, anyone decides to join or anyone decides not to join. We're going to keep doing what we're doing here. And if you guys want to be part of it, you guys are more than welcome. So just go on the website, K2 Trades. If you just want to join the free group, just, you know, click free access here. If you want to join the premium, you can click for the signals or the strategy. It's really up to you guys. So other than that, we're still looking for some trades here. I don't see anything coming up, but I'm going to go through the chat real quick and see what else that I missed here, because there's a lot of questions here. Let me see. Let's scroll down a little further. All right, so I'm going to mispronounce your name, Julio, or I'm sure that's how you pronounce your name, right, Julio? So Julio's asking for your USD. So I have a couple pairs here. I'm making a list for you guys so I can take a look. So Julio wants me to take a look at your USD. So I got gold for Paul. I got your USD for Julio, and I'm gonna keep going down the list here and see if there's any other questions before I actually go down and analyze these for you guys. So let me scroll down a little further. Hashim's asking, how does it work on gold? Sorry, Hashim, I'm not sure what you're referring to. Could you be a little more specific with your question? Yeah, which strategy are you talking about, Hashim? Because we just went over like 4 strategies, so I'm not sure which one you're referring to. If you could be a little more specific which strategy you're talking about, I can show it to you, but I don't know which one you're talking about. So I'll come back to you in a little bit, Hashim. If you could be just, if you're talking about the 10-minute strategy, we can go over that. If you're talking about Josh's strategy, this isn't meant for gold, but we can look at it as well. Or if you're talking about the new strategy, we can take a look at that as well too. It's just, I'm not sure which strategy you're referring to. Damn, look, this thing's about to hit TP. Fuck, I was like, I should have entered the trade, but it's all good. It's kind of late. It's the same thing, Hashim. You just identify the order block, you identify the buy or sell signal, and then you take it. So like if you look at gold over here, I'll show you real quick, Hashim. Well, I'll show you in a little bit. So I'm going to go over the other questions first, and then we'll go over yours. So Hashim wants me to take a look at gold strategy. It's about to TP. I should have just taken the trade. It's all good. See, this is what I'm talking about. Well, I showed you guys earlier. I said if you guys wanted to take it, you guys could have taken it, but I didn't recommend anyone take it. But it's about to hit TP. Damn, man, there goes another TP I missed. So whoever took it, congrats to you guys. I'm sure some of you guys did take it. Like Steven, I don't know if you took this on your risky account because you like to take risky trades. But yeah, full TP off that trade right there. So the reason why I didn't want to take this is because the order block came late, right? But here's the thing. If you draw a rectangle, it doesn't matter if it came late or not. It's still an order block. So the order block was right there. The buy signal did cross below it. It was a break and retest, right? It broke structure, came back for a retest right here. So here's the setup, right? If I take this off right here, let me just, I'll just leave it on there. So we had a break and close past structure right here. We had a retest right here. And then it came back down, right? From there. So that's the problem with this right here. I need to fix this so it doesn't repaint like that, because this could have easily went the other direction. But it broke, retested, and it came back down. Full TP off that if you ended up taking this off that original entry right there. So I didn't take that trade, but if you guys did take it, great work, guys. It's all good. Don't worry about it. We're going to catch the next one. That's not going to be the only trade, so don't worry about it. And one thing too is that trade didn't line up with Josh's strategy too. So it was against the trend, and the order block came late. So there was a whole bunch of red flags there indicating why I didn't want to take it. But if that became the case, I would have just taken it. But it's all good. Jonathan said, Shawn, you're gonna be trading on Fridays now. I know, right? I always tell you guys I'm not gonna trade on Fridays, but man, it's hard to pass up, bro. Like you guys saw how much profit I made last night. I usually don't even trade on Thursday night, but how much did I make last night? Like 3,000? Yeah, total last night. Yeah, because I made 2,000 on, or no, I did make 3,000 last night. Shit. Yeah, I don't usually trade Thursday night either, but I traded Thursday night and I locked in some heavy profit off that account and then another one off this one. So that's actually a lot, dude. It's a total of that's almost 5,000 right there on a Thursday night. It's a slow night, right? So yeah, I might be trading with you guys here on Fridays now. I usually don't trade on Fridays, but this new strategy is just it's blown my mind. So we're definitely going to be hopping into stuff that I see. All right, let me scroll up a little bit and see what else did I miss. I'm just gonna get all the questions down and then I'm gonna answer them before we hop into. Dave, it's on the Telegram. It's not on the K2 website. It's right here. I'll just tag you in it. Dave, what's your name on here? I know you're on here. Dave. Sorry, Dave. I don't even know what your username is. I'm trying to add you. I'm trying to tag you in it, but it's posted where it's posted every day. It's always been posted on here. The same with the YouTube link. Yeah, Dave. So I don't know what your username is on here, but it's right here. So if you go here, it says Zoom link. It's posted on all three groups. Zoom link right here, Zoom link right here, and Zoom link right here. So if anyone's in the premium and you guys can help Dave out, that'd be good. I don't know what his username is, so I can't help you out here, Dave. Dave said, am I supposed to click on the signals link? I mean, it says Zoom. It's like pretty big. It just says Zoom right there, Zoom video. Dave's kind of hard to miss. It's a Zoom link and it says Zoom video. So I'm not sure what you're looking at there, but it's a big link that says Zoom. All right, so if anyone in the group knows what Dave's username is, you guys can help him out so I can keep going on with this. So let me just scroll up again. So Dave, hopefully get your help from someone in the group. Just message someone in the premium and they should be able to help you because I think majority of people are in here right now. All right, sorry, I'm gonna scroll down real quick. We looked at that stuff. Yeah, I'll go over that in a little bit, Hashim. So I added you to the list. Oh, Chobes. Okay. Or Cobes. Let me see. Yeah, or no, this isn't you. This is definitely not you. Yeah, I don't see it over here. Okay. All right, so I'm done with the, well, let me see. I just got through all the questions right here. I think I missed one. So sorry, guys, if I missed any of your questions here, I'm going to look at the list right here. So I got a question for gold for Paul. I got your USD for Jaleo, and then I got the new gold strategy for Hashim. So I'll be going over that stuff right there. If I missed your question, just put it back in the chat, and then I will I'll add it to the list. Or actually, one more question from Richard. Richard's asking, how do I add the full market list onto the dashboard? I'm not sure what you're talking about, Richard. The full market list. Are you talking about the watch list right here? The watch list button is going to be this right here. So if you don't see anything right here, just click on this button, and that's going to be the watch list button right there to find the to have this. I'm not sure what you're referring to by full market list. I'm assuming this is what you're talking about, the watch list, but that's how you would get the watch list. You click on this button right here. Damn, dude, look at this big drop, man. Like, I wish I took this trade. Now I'm like regretting not taking this one. Dang, that's a huge drop. Did anyone catch that trade? If you guys caught it, you guys can send your profits to me and I'll take a look. But yeah, we missed this trade right here. It's all good. On to the next one. All right, so first question is gold for Paul. So I think Paul's, I'll just analyze it for you guys. So I'm gonna pull up gold for you guys over here real quick. Here's gold. All right, so I'm gonna delete everything off the chart and I'll show you guys how I analyze everything from scratch. So I'm gonna zoom out from this point. And here's a naked chart. So there's nothing on the chart right here. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the K2 SR indicator. The reason for that is because I'm going to identify market structure. So here we go right here. We have another one right here. Another one right here. Another one right there. Another one right here. Another one right there. All right, so once I've identified market structure, I'll go ahead and turn that off. And with that said, we have market structure right here, right? So this is going to be overall market structure. You can see price was failing to break below the structure. As soon as it broke below, it created new market structure between this area. So a bearish move, consolidation, bearish move right here, consolidation, bullish move, consolidation, came back down, swung back up, and then now it's still within this area. So looking at this area right here, let's see. This would be the overall market structure right here. You can see gold has just been bouncing back and forth, right? So price is literally just bouncing. If we take all these off right here, or we could even just go over here. Let's see. I think this would probably be the important stuff. So if we were to just focus on this right here, and I delete this stuff, so I delete this zone right here, or actually no, that zone's important. I'll delete this zone right here, this zone right here, and this zone right here. You can see this is market structure, right? You can see price broke into the structure, came down, rejected off this point, came up, failed to test this structure above here, came back down, failed to test right here. So one of two things can happen right here. So I'll just put these structures back above here. One of two things can happen here. Price can either continue coming back down to retest this structure a third time, because we have one test right here, one test right here, and then this could possibly be another test over here. The reason for this like weird movement right here is because the Fed's been speaking a lot this month, right? This month and a lot last month. So yesterday the Fed spoke, Federal Jerome Powell spoke yesterday, and Biden spoke yesterday too. So with Biden and the Fed speaking, gold keeps bouncing back and forth. It doesn't really have a direction. Like if you look over here, there's like clear direction when it goes down and when it goes up and when it comes back down, right? But over here, it's just going sideways. It's been going sideways for this whole time period. If you just zoom out a little bit, you can see that it bounces, right? Gold usually bounces. It's directional. It goes up, it goes down, it goes sideways for a bit, but then it ends up going back down, right? Over here, it's in that sideways movement, right? Like right here. So if you mark this up over here, this is kind of similar to what's happening currently. So yeah, if you just focus on this area right here, you can see that it has the same movement. It has that big bearish drop, and then it just goes sideways before it breaks into another market structure right here. So the main key for you to look for here is if price breaks above this area or price breaks below this area right here. Because once price breaks below one of those areas, it's going to create new market structure, right? If it breaks above here, it's going to push up higher. If it breaks below here, it's going to push lower. But if you guys have been following the news, there's a lot of uncertainty in the market because Biden says one thing, the Fed says one thing, COVID says one thing, and the market just goes in like random directions. One way to identify it better is you can look at the dollar index. What you can do is you can pull up the dollar index right here, and you can see that the dollar index is weak, right? And if you guys are familiar with how the dollar index moves, when the dollar index is going down, the dollar moves opposite of gold, right? So if the dollar index is weak, then you're going to see gold push up from this point. So my bias for gold right now is for a buy. I'm not sure what position you're in, Paul. I know you said in your message earlier, but I'll show you guys my my analysis here. So basically, we've identified market structure, right? If we want to make it even tighter, we could even close this off right here. And this will be current market structure. This area above this point right here. So looking at this point over here, the first thing I'm going to do after I do this is I'm going to turn on the momentum indicator to identify bias. So right here we have a sell bias. However, this doesn't necessarily mean it's going to continue that way because you can see that price is rejecting off this area right here, right? Strong rejections off this area. So what could happen is price can bounce above here and then provide a buy signal somewhere over here. And then if price ends up closing above here, then we'll catch a big bullish move. And then we can just see, gold go to the moon, basically. If price ends up closing above here, then this would be the big move that we'll be looking for. Catching this move all the way up there for about 400 pips. But it doesn't necessarily need to happen right away. So looking at this right here, my bias, currently our bias is going to be for a sell, obviously, because we have a sell signal. But like I mentioned, price can reject off this point. If we get a buy signal, then we can expect it to push up. Another confirmation to identify that price is probably going to go up for gold is because the dollar index is weak. So if the dollar index continues to push down further and further, then gold is going to go up because gold moves opposite of the dollar. And if you guys are familiar with how price moves, when price is going down, that means that the second currency is stronger than the first currency. However, right now the dollar index is weak, right? So if the dollar index is weak, you could expect gold to go up because when price is going up, that means that the first currency is stronger than the second currency, which is the case right now because the dollar is weak, right? The Fed spoke yesterday, Biden spoke yesterday. It wasn't really good for the US economy because we need to keep printing US dollars in order to fund, his stimulus plan. So with the whole stimulus plan, in order for the US to have money, they need to print money out. When they print money out, it weakens the value of the US dollar. So with that said, we could probably expect gold to push up. I personally wouldn't enter right here because it's probably just going to go sideways for a bit. It is Friday. We're not going to see too much movement, but I think by next week, we could probably see it push up higher. And then once it closes above here, then this is where you hit the jackpot. This is where you're like, all right, I'm going to enter some buys right here. And I'm probably going to ride this all the way up, right? Because at that point, it's going to break into new market structure. But with trading, you guys have to be very patient. You guys have to wait for the actual entry to appear. You can't just hop into it just because you think it's going to come. You got to hop into it when you have that confirmation. So looking at gold right here, Paul, I see it for a bullish bias. So let me just scroll up real quick. Let me see if I see anything else over here. See what Paul said earlier. Let me scroll up. Sorry, Paul, I forgot what you said because you'd mentioned you were in a trade earlier. Oh, there you go, Paul. So yeah, okay, so perfect. So Paul said I'm going to buy on gold. So you're on point, Paul. You identified that rejection that I just identified right there. So you looked at the same thing I saw. Double rejection right here. Nice wick. If this closes right here, we could probably see it push up. I personally wouldn't enter this trade myself right now because I want that confirmation because the last thing I want to do is enter a buy and then it bounces off these points right here, which could happen. But if you're just scalping it, then you should be good. Me personally, I would want to go for those big moves like right here for gold because this is where you're going to make your big money. So you're on the right track for that buy because your analysis lines up with mine. But I would be careful because once it reaches this point right here, you know, the structure, it can do one of two things. It can either reject off it or it can continue pushing up higher. So there's my analysis for gold right there. You know, obviously I have a bullish bias for a long-term aspect, just depending on how it moves, but we'll see. All right. Other than that, we are done with gold. So the next question is Euro USD for Julio. Let me just scroll down real quick, see if I missed anything else. David said, someone said I was wrong for shorting EU, but I'm still in the trade. And it was executed 2 days ago, barely got any drawdown. Confirmation kills my trading. Here, let's see. EU. If you shorted, dude, if you shorted EU 2 days ago, you'll still be the negative right now, David. Yeah, I'm trying to see what David was mentioning because David said that he was in a sell 2 days ago. I mean, I'm looking at Euro USD. If you were in a sell 2 days ago, you would be in some heavy drawdown because 2 days ago, today's a 9, 7, 6, 7. Yeah, if you were in a sell right here, this is a big, you've been some drawdown for like 70 pips right now, or you would have been. It's currently coming back down, but it's going to push up even higher. EU is probably going to keep pushing up, bro, because the thing with EU is that it's the dollar is weak. So why would you sell EU? You got the wick right here, so you sold right here. I mean, you're barely in profit if that's the case right here, right? Because you would be in profit. I mean, you're like at break even at this point now. Oh, 19. Sorry, I'm missing that. Oh, okay, I see right here. Oh, you're talking about this wick right here. Yeah, because you got it and it swung back up. I think EU is going to go up because the dollar is weak right now. The dollar is weak. We'll pull up we'll also pull up the EXY over here. The euro is strong, dude. So if the euro is strong, the dollar is weak, EU is going to go up. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're in a sell, that's cool. If you want to hold on to that sell, I mean, good luck to your trade. I hope it still plays out for you. I don't have a bias for this because I'm not in the trade, but I hope it plays out for you. But just looking at this here, the euro index is strong, right? It's bullish. The dollar index is weak. So if that becomes the case, it's just going to keep pushing up higher because if price is going up, that means the first currency is stronger than the second currency. And looking at the raw price here for the indexes, the euro is stronger than the dollar. So you're probably going to see the euro USD keep pushing up higher and higher. But yeah, I mean, if that's your trade, you know, your analysis could be proper. It's just it's probably going to be okay, I see. Yeah, David said it might. I need fundamental understanding K2. Yeah, I mean, you know, looking at the fundamentals here, if the euro is strong, see, you can see here it's bullish, right? So euro right here is pushing up. The euro is strong. The dollar is weak. If this is green, if this keeps pushing up and this keeps pushing down, then the euro USD is going to keep pushing up higher because when price is going up, that means the euro is stronger than the dollar. When price is going down, that means that the dollar is stronger than the euro. So that's just, you know, basic fundamentals. If you pair the two currencies together, that's how you can determine how it's moving. But yeah, I mean, you know, good luck to your position. I don't have a bias. Like I want your position to hit profit. I'm not going to get your position. I'm just telling you what I see myself. So hopefully yours plays out, bro. But I'll analyze that soon because I think the next question for Julio is for your USD. So I will take a look at that. All right, Nick said to check out US 30. All right, cool. Thanks for reminding me, Nick. So I'm looking for the signal here on US 30. It's going to be, we have about 2 minutes left on this candle. So if this ends up closing, then this would be an entry for Josh for Josh's strategy. I don't know if I'm going to take it because it's not lining up with, or I don't know, dude, this might be a good trade because it looks like there's going to be an order block down here. It just hasn't closed yet. So it looks like there's probably gonna be an order block around this area. So what might happen is I might just enter this trade late. I'm gonna wait for it to see how this, yeah, you know, I could probably see an order block. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I could probably see order block right here. Yeah, we'll have to see. This is where I'm identifying this right now. This might be an order block right here, but this is going to line up with Josh's strategy right here because it crosses the pivot. So we got a minute 45 on this candle. If this candle closes, then I'll give you guys the trade. If not, then we're just going to keep waiting. I mean, that's the thing with the trading, right? It's a waiting game most of the time. Yeah, it's kind of risky because the daily entry here is for a sell, but I never call the daily entry on Fridays because the market is just the market's unforgiving on Fridays. So this would have been the daily entry for this one if you decided to take daily entry, but I'm not taking that. The thing with with US 30 is that it's just consolidating right now. As you guys can see right here, price is just going sideways. It's not really choosing a direction. So that is the downside. All right, we'll keep watching for this right here. If this ends up closing, then that's fine because we're not going to take the buy anyways. We'll probably just take the sell. Oh, this is perfect. I hope this closes like that. Oh man, come on. I hope it closes as an invalid buy because then we could take the sell instead. Yeah, sorry guys. I wanted to close like this. I wanted to close as an invalid buy so that the next signal is going to be a valid sell. And then boom, there we go. We have our order block right there. And then we want that sell. And then there we go. We have a trade. So I'm hoping that this closes with an invalid there. Yeah, that's perfect. Or even a valid, it doesn't matter. I want to have some kind of signal there. Oh, fuck. It's not going to close. No, damn it. All right, so no close there off that. I was hoping that it was going to close and then we'd be able to take that sell, but it didn't close. So no entry there. No entry here as well. So we'll keep watching for it. But I think the the next question is here. Let me just check real quick. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything else. Let me scroll up. Sorry, I want to make sure I didn't miss anything here. Let's see, Jeff said, Shawn, take a look at Apple. Okay, so let me pull up Apple for you real quick. Look at Apple. Let's see, I'm sure you would probably trade on the 10-minute, right? Yeah, if you're trading Apple right here, and if you're using the K2, like you could use, like I mentioned, these K2 strategies, it doesn't just work on Forex, it works on everything. So looking at this right here, Jeff, looking at Apple, if you took any of these buy entries right here, like you can see using Josh's strategy or even my strategy, we go on the 3-minute right here. Yeah, if you're using, or the 10 minutes probably better for stocks because the 3 minutes kind of funky. But yeah, looking at this right here, if you were to take any of these buy entries, like look, we have like the buys that happen above the pivots, right? So like for example, right here, there's a buy signal right here. Let's mark this up. This is from Monday, buy signal right there. If you took that, you would make some money off that right there. Boom, full TP. If you bought some more right here, I mean, there's a bunch of entries here. So there's one right there. There's one right here. Another full TP off that. It would have taken some time, but it would have been a full TP. Again, right here, full TP off that. Again, right here, full TP off that. Because on our brokers, or I think on MT4, you can trade like fractional shares of these. But yeah, looking at Apple right here, Jeff, this looks pretty solid. I mean, even right here, if you caught this on market open right here, or no, this is yesterday. Wait, what is this, 10-minute? Oh, I forgot, Doug, because the stock market, it's not open 24 hours. My bad. I was confusing this with like futures and Forex. But yeah, looking at this right here, Jeff, this looks like, I mean, if you bought after hours or before market closed yesterday right here, you could have caught that big move up right here for Apple. Yeah, I mean, Apple looks good. It looks super bullish. Hopefully would you have some options on this? I wonder what happened. Was there some news for Apple? Did they announce like a new iPhone or something? That's usually the case, right? They announced something. Let's check their data right here. All right, so their earnings have been positive. Obviously, it's Apple. Earnings been positive. Q2, Q3, Q4, Q1, Q2. April 28th, Q2 is going to come out their earnings for Apple. I mean, they've been doing pretty good. Income statements have been high. Performance has been pretty high. Year to date's been kind of low, negative 1.15. But I mean, overall, all the technicals are pointing towards the buy. And Apple just, Apple's a strong company. But yeah, no, definitely. If this is the case right here, Jeff, where you took this trade, because I know you probably trade options. I don't think you trade directional. Like you don't trade spot. But if you did trade options, I'm assuming the strike prices would have been somewhere around this area. Let me see. Yeah, strike price for this probably be around 130. I don't know what the strike prices are for this because I don't trade stocks anymore. But yeah, this looks pretty solid, bro. I mean, it's pretty bullish to me. Like just looking, using my indicators on this stock right here, you can see it's been pretty bullish. It tried to break below it, but it keeps bouncing above it every time. And if we take off the other pivots, like, if we're using Josh's strategy, even better. It's just super clean move up. And if you turn on the K2 SRs, I mean, there's a lot of different ways to do this. Like you can use any of my strategies to apply this, but just looking at this from my perspective, you could have bought all these dips right here too. Like you probably could have bought some option contracts when our price dipped to these price points. So even if I take all this stuff off right here, just watching current price, if you caught these dips right here, like when our price dipped, you can buy some option contracts right there, like a month out or a couple of weeks out right there, and it just bounces up. Nice. Yeah, no, Jeff said no announcement on Apple. Just the big boys are buying the Fangman stocks all along the last rally. Yeah, no, definitely, bro. Yeah, that looks pretty solid, bro. Yeah, if you're in this, man, congrats, bro. You're making some money today, or this whole month, actually. Yeah, from April 1st up until now, or even March. Yeah, I had a big drop over here all throughout March. This drop from the 22nd up until April 1st. And then April 1st, it just had that huge bullish move right there. Damn. Nice, bro. But yeah, it's good to see that it matches with my technicals, right? Like your fundamentals line up with the technicals right here. It's pretty solid. All right, let's get back to US 30 real quick. Yeah, man, the thing didn't close. I was waiting for a signal right there, for a buy signal, so that we can hop into the sell. Because the thing is, we have the order block here already, right? We still have this order block right here, so we're still looking for a sell, but we can't get a sell until we get a buy. We need to have a retracement up first before we can catch that buy right there. But I mean, you guys could have probably entered a trade right here if you guys were waiting to just catch that low bounce. I mean, it never bounced off the order block, but it got close to it. And it dropped like 40 pips right there. Yeah, Stanley. Well, today is Friday. Usually there's like no entries on, well, I mean, there's entries on Friday, but usually we don't even trade on Fridays. But like I mentioned, guys, it's a waiting game. We're just waiting for this to play out. Once it plays out, then we can hop into this. See, Yash said GCAD's looking like a sell. I'm gonna add you to the list, Yash. GBP CAD. Oh. All right, let me just scroll up real quick. See if I missed anything else before I continue on. All right, so I think that's it for right now. Bilal's asking, can you do NASDAQ using new strategy? Guys, I'm not really trying to cover the new strategy right now, but I guess I'll just show you guys real quick. I'm going to go really quick over it. I'm not going to go into detail with it, Bilal, but I'll just show you, if it works or if it doesn't. But I'm not going to actually like details for you guys, because I don't like yesterday I gave you guys like a little preview, and then my inbox got like blown up. I got like over 1,000 messages, and I'm not trying to do that again today. So if you guys are inboxing me about the new strategy, I'm not going to respond to it because the strategy is not ready yet, and it's not going to be ready for like another month or so, because my coder is on break. He's on vacation, so I can't. He can't develop the new indicator for me, and I can't teach you the strategy until we have the new indicator, unless you guys know how to identify order blocks. So other than that, all right, let me go down the question. So the first question is from Julio. He wants me to take a look at your USD. So here's your USD right here. I'm going to go ahead and delete everything off the chart. I'm going to zoom out. Here's the naked chart. First thing I'm going to do is identify market structure. By doing that, I'm going to turn on the K2 SR indicator right here. And with that said, I'm going to go ahead and draw my zones on the chart for you guys so that you guys can see market structure for the past couple of weeks or so. So we're going to look at overall market structure first. Once we identify overall market structure, we'll go deeper into current market structure so that we know where to focus on and where not to focus on. So we got that zone right there, zone right there, zone right there, zone down here, and again over here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. All right, so looking at your USD right here, obviously you can see the overall market structure. It's bearish, right? So price started to drop from up here. Bearish move, break and retest basically. So it broke structure, retested this area, came back down. It went into consolidation after this bearish move, dropped for bearish move right here, consolidation, bullish move. And it looks like it could be swinging back up now, just, looking at current price, because it looks like the swing started down here. So looking at this here, we can identify, let's see, this as current market structure, this area right here. So this is kind of irrelevant at this point because price broke into this area on March 23rd. So this was market structure from March 23rd up until April 5th. On April 6th, price broke into this market structure, and now this is the brand new market structure right here. So just looking at this here, first thing I'm going to do next is I'm going to turn on the momentum indicator to identify our bias, right? Right here, we have a sell bias, but I don't think it's going to hold very strong because the dollar is very weak. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that off right now. And looking at this over here, so like I mentioned, this is kind of relevant right here. So we're just going to ignore this area, and I'm going to zoom into this area right here. What I see happening with your USD is if price ends up closing above here, which it probably will. This candle has about 2 hours left, so it has a lot of time. If it closes above here, then we could probably catch it right a bit higher, and that's where I would take the buy. The main reason why I have a bullish bias for this is because, like I mentioned earlier, if you look at the indexes for both of these pairs, the euro index is bullish while the dollar index is bearish. But we don't know how long this is going to hold for, right? Because today is Friday, things can change over the weekend. So over the weekend, something can happen which causes the euro to weaken, and something can happen to strengthen the dollar, right? So a lot of things can happen over the weekend. And that's why I never really recommend holding trades over the weekend, because the last thing you want to do is hold on to a trade and it ends up reversing on you when the market reopens on Sunday. So looking at Euro USD right here, if this ends up closing above here, it'll possibly come up, right? This is going to be scenario number one. Scenario number two is price fails to break above here. So say that it just wicks off this area, right? And it comes back down here. If this ends up closing below this area right here, then it's going to be a good sell, because at that point, it's going to create new market structure, right? Because like I mentioned over here, we have market structure where it starts right here, where it breaks above this area. And then if it breaks back below here, this is brand new market structure. And then it'll probably push from this area to this area down here. So this is scenario number two. Scenario number one, again, if you guys remember what I just mentioned, if it breaks above here and closes, then it's probably going to push up. But like I was mentioning earlier, this is still market structure, right? So I'll just delete this right here. Looking at this point, this is how you can see what's important, because this is going to be market structure. Just looking at this area right here, these are just short-term moves. The bigger term moves are going to be if price breaks and closes above. So these are going to be the key points for you guys to look at. So right here, this is going to be a key point for a buy, and this is going to be a key point for a sell. The reason for that is because market structure is between this area right here in this area down here, right? Because price broke this structure right here, and now it's just bouncing between these two areas. If I delete this right here and delete this right here, this is market structure, right? So if it breaks above there, it's going to push up even higher. If it breaks below here, it's going to push down even lower. So it just depends on what you guys are looking for. Currently right now, these are just the smaller moves. So I wouldn't really be too like focused on like what the bigger move is going to be. But if it breaks above here, then you can look for buy. If it breaks below here, you can look for a sell. But other than that, I do have a bullish bias for this, Julio. So the reason for that's just because of the strength of the actual currencies. But who knows, you know, it can switch up on you by next week, but we really don't know what's going to happen until then. So back to US 30 real quick. And US 30 is just going sideways. There's like no movement. It's just, I mean, it is moving, but it's not really moving. It's just going back and forth. So no scalps yet for US 30. We'll keep looking for some scalps. If not, we have another question for Hashim, where he wants me to take a look at the this new strategy on gold. So I'll just switch up from here real quick to gold, and I'll come back to it. So Hashim, I'm just going to show you a quick preview of it. I'm not going to go too into detail because I know you guys are going to get too excited like you did yesterday. So like looking at this here, Hashim, so we have the order block down here, right? Order block right here. And then we have a buy signal right here, right? So order block, K2 momentum buy signal right here. If you were to see that, you take a buy right here, full TP with little to no drawdown, right? Full TP. Again, right here we have another order block, or we just ignore this because we have order block above here. Order block right here, buy signal right there, full TP, right? So 2 full TPs right there for gold. So does it show that it works to you? Because I'm not going to go into detail with the strategy. I don't want my DMs to be blown up again. But you know, looking at this right here, again, order block, sell signal, full TP. Order block, sell signal, full TP, right? It takes a long time, but it does hit full TP right there. So there you go, Hashim. It does work on gold. But I'm not going to go into detail about it because I don't want to, you know, if you guys want to learn this, it'll be available. But like I mentioned before, you guys would have to sign up like within time, because once we close the signups, then it's probably not going to be available for new people. And, you know, I'm not going to go into details of that, but if the sign up window closes, you guys will know what's the deal with that. Nice. So Paul said he's at 1,300 right now in profit for a gold buy. The gold that we looked at earlier, this is, going back to gold. If you guys were following my analysis earlier. Yeah. So me and Paul, we both identified that rejection right there. And I mentioned that it's probably going to push up right there, right? It's going to push up eventually because our main target's going to be above here. And then right here, this is going to be the big move. So nice work, Paul, catching that move right there. Yeah, we'll see how this pushes right here. Let's see, we got about 1:30 left on this candle. Yeah, and I just saw you right now, CT. Yeah, I know. So I'm not going to talk about the new strategy anymore, guys. So I'm just going to stop. You know, the K2 admins just checked me real quick. They're like, Shawn, you got to stop talking about it. So I'm not going to talk about the new strategy anymore. So I'll be showing you guys trades, but I'm not going to actually be looking for anything for you guys for the new strategy because, you know, like I mentioned, we're still working on it. It's not ready to go yet. But, you know, I'm excited too. I'm as excited as you guys are. So it's hard for me to keep it a secret because, when I see something that works and I've been using it, like I want to share with you guys. But yeah, K2 admins over here don't want me to talk about it. No, but they're right though. I shouldn't be talking about it. So I'm not going to be going over the new strategy anymore. So Bilal, I'm not going to go over NASDAQ 100. I'm just going to be using it for US 30, but I'm not going to be going over it or talking about it or showing you guys, you know, what we're looking for. Because there just really is no point because you guys can't apply it yet. And the thing with the new strategy is that it's going to be only available to the more advanced traders. So It's not going to be available to everybody. All right, still looking for this entry over here. Cool. Chez just made it into the room. What's up, Chez? Yeah, so I'm gonna take your question off the list below. So I'm not going over the new strategy anymore. We're done talking about the new strategy. I'll talk about it when it's done, which is probably not gonna be for a month from now. So you guys can sit tight. I'll call trades when I take the trades, but we're not going to. Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, so here's the problem with the strategy here, guys. So like the thing with this strategy is these you guys can see earlier we had in what was it called? We had an order block right here, right? You guys can see that it disappeared, right? The one that was right here. Where was it at? I think there was an order block that was somewhere around here. Or am I tripping? You guys can see that these order blocks, okay, so right here, see there's an order block right here, right? So check this out, it disappears. See how it disappeared right there, where price currently is? This is why you guys can't apply the strategy yet, because if you guys don't know how to identify order blocks, you guys are gonna catch some bad trades. So right here, this is why you guys can't use the strategy yet, because you guys don't know how to identify order blocks. You guys will make mistakes and you guys will run into bad trades. So this is why I can't teach you guys the strategy yet, unless you guys actually know how to do it. Because you know, some of the K2 admins, they did do a back test on it. They did find some bad trades because these order blocks disappear. That's why the indicator that I'm creating for you guys isn't going to disappear. It's going to stay on the chart. So that's the main reason why I can't go over this with you guys, because they disappear. And until they are established completely, then there's just not going to be an entry available for you guys. So just keep that in mind. And that's why you guys can't be like trying to learn the strategy right away. Let me see this real quick. So this is going to be pending real quick. I'm just waiting for this to close. If this closes right here, then we're going to take the next sell. I hope it closes because I really want to hop into a scalp. So I'm hoping this closes right here. We got about 30 seconds. Peter's asking what indicator. We don't have an indicator for it yet, Peter. This is a temporary one that we're working on. So you wouldn't be able to access it. It's until we have like the official one, because I need to there's a lot of things to figure out here, guys. We just thought about the strategy like 2 days ago. So like you guys are bombarding us with all these questions, but we just literally thought about this strategy 2 days ago. And it won't, no, Marcus, I just saw your message right now, Marcus. You got me laughing. And I'm not gonna read this out loud. Yeah. Well, because that's the thing, Marcus. So Marcus just asked me. He asked me if I'm trying to limit the signups. Yeah, I am trying to limit the signups because, like this strategy is something that I want to keep within K2. So it's yeah, no, it's all good. No, I'm not. But you're going to be considered part of that group, Marcus. So don't worry. What I'm talking about advanced traders is like people that actually know what they're doing, right? Because like for you, Marcus, you're one of the traders that actually knows what they're doing, right? Because you created your own strategy. Like you took the K2 indicators, you put them together, and you created your own variations to what we were applying. So you're good because you know what you're doing. There's other traders in the group that don't know what they're doing, right? Like Steven, for example. I don't want to throw you under the bus, Steven, but Steven, for example, right? Steven doesn't know how to trade yet. So I don't want to teach him the new strategy because it's too complicated for him. So that's pretty much why we would, that'd be the difference. Like it's the difference between someone that knows how to apply the strategies and someone who's just copying my trades. Because if you're just copying my trades, you obviously don't know how to apply the strategies. And this new scalp strategy is only going to be available to people who actually put in the work and know what they're doing. And we're actually going to vet people to make sure that only certain people have access to it. So like certain people who create their own strategies, right? CT, Josh, Marcus, Who else? There's a lot of people in the group who create their own strategies with K2. They actually know what they're doing. So for them, I trust that they know what they're doing, and they can actually pick up this new strategy that I'm going to be teaching you guys. For the people that aren't familiar with trading and don't know how to follow the directions with even the basic strategies, for them, they're not going to be able to have access to it just yet. But I mean, we'll be building on it, guys. Like, over time, you guys will understand. It's not that difficult. Yeah, exactly, Marcus. So guys, right here, we have an invalid buy signal. If we get a sell signal next, then we're going to take that. And then we're going to catch it for a sell because we do have our order block over here still. And we never had a sell signal after it, right? So we had no sell signal following it. And it's going to be perfect for us to, hop into this trade right here. So we're going to be looking for that sell over there. And then once we have it, then we'll be good to go. So Steven, I'm not sure if you're still on here, but we're waiting for this next scalp right here, Steven. So hopefully you're paying attention. I'll try to call out the parameters for you because I know that's what you want, right? You want me to call out the parameters for you. So I'll freeze up the chart so that you guys can see what the TP stop loss is, and then I'll call out the parameters specifically for Steven because obviously I'm trying to help Steven get funded on FTMO. It's our main goal here with me and Steven. I've been trying to get him funded for a while now, and I think this might be your time, Steven, because I know you have 2 Q accounts now. You have 2 FTMO accounts that you want to pass. Yeah, Jeff, I'm based in the US. Let's see. All right, we're just waiting for this signal to come. Let's see. Breaking news from CNBC. Amazon, enough votes to be union effort. Josh should help me get funded. Oh man, okay. So this is going to be kind of messy right here, guys. We have now a buy order block right here. All right, perfect. Steven's here. So this is kind of tricky right here too. This is another thing that I need to work on because sometimes it works where you get an invalid signal and it actually still hits. Because Josh yesterday, I know Josh was in a sell yesterday. He took a sell and then I took the invalid signal and I still hit TP. Yeah, Nick said price action is pool on US 30 today. Exactly, it is. Price is just moving too slow. It's not really moving as much as it normally does. It is Friday though, so it's expected. But yeah, I'm trying to catch at least one scalp, guys. It is Friday, so we're probably gonna close out this session a little earlier today, probably around like 9, like in an hour, because around that time, that's when people start to pull out of the market. When people start to pull out of the market, volatility is going to get really low or it's going to get really high. If too many people pull out at once, price is going to spike up or down, right? Where if people do it slowly, it's just going to be a slow, like snail movement. So it's going to be risky. Nice. Yik said I made $76 off that little sell earlier. Nice, bro. It's good to see everyone locking in some profits. Nice. Marcus over here locked in some profits too. Check this out right here. Yeah, Marcus over here, he took some sells right there. He made about, let's see, 30 bucks, 40 bucks, 50 bucks. Yeah, Marcus locked in some good profit off that too. Just right now, he just sent me his profits. So the thing with K2, guys, it doesn't matter if you have a big account or a small account. Marcus over here, he's trading his own smaller account. He made about like 50 bucks off there. And then you compare it to someone like Billy, right? Billy's making like 1,232, or Kyle over here, show off, making about 1,000. Ed over here making about 1,000 off that. It doesn't matter if you have a big account or a small account, guys. You guys can still profit with us, regardless. Like Tam over here. Like Tam has her small account. She makes a couple $100, and she has her big account over here. She makes about 1,000, right? So it doesn't matter if you have a big account or a small account. You guys can still profit with us here. Yeah, let's see. All right, we have no. Let's see. CT said imbalance created for the first trade. Price moves up to pick up potential resting orders. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. So we'll be watching for this right here, guys. I have another question here for Yash. Yash wants me to take a look at GCAD. So let me pull up GCAD for you guys real quick. GBP CAD over here. Yeah, Peter, Forex signals are sent out. Yeah, if you're in any of the premium groups, these are how the signals are sent out. So signals are sent out like this, USD CHF. The parameters are there. You got that set up right there. Full TP right there, or not full TP, it's basically full TP right here, full TP, right? So that's a signal, and then there's the result. Full TP, no drawdown. I mean, here's another example. I mean, I call like both trades here. It's Forex and an indice if there's an indice trade that's available. But you know, it just depends on what you're looking for. So anyways, back to GCAD right here. I'm gonna zoom out from this point. Let's see, CT said 3-minute look on the double top. Sorry guys, 1 second. See, you guys can see here. See how there's another order block down here? So these order blocks repaint, guys. This is why another reminder why I can't teach you guys a strategy yet, because if you guys don't know how to identify this stuff, you're going to be looking at the wrong things. Never mind. CT said he was on NASDAQ. So let's go back to GCAD. All right. So here's GCAD. I'm going to analyze this for you, Yash, real quick. So zoom out from this point. First thing I'm going to do is identify market structure. So I'm going to turn on the K2 SR indicator. I'm going to identify market structure right here, right here, right here, right here. Right there, 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 right there, and right there. All right, so there's market structure. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. So looking at this right here, you can see that price kind of consolidated a bit over here, came down, consolidation like entirely right here. So I don't really like GCAD, Yash. It's a ranging pair. It doesn't really move directional very often. So as you can see right here, price broke into the structure on this area. And then from here, it's just been consolidating, right? If you were to go and delete, actually go to this. If you were to go ahead and delete this zone right here, or if you deleted all these upper zones right here, you would know what to focus on. But the problem with this is that price has been ranging within this area for a long time, right? So price broke into this structure on March 12th. It's now April 9th. It's going to be almost a full month. And it's just been ranging within this whole area right here, right? So putting this back on right here, looking at current price, we're going to turn on the momentum indicator to identify the bias. Bias right here is for a sell, right? Because we have a sell signal right there. So now we have a sell bias. The main thing that we would be looking for is for price to break and close below the structure right here. Because when price breaks and closes below the structure, then what's going to happen is it's going to create new market structure below here, right? So with that said, that's where I would enter the sell. I wouldn't enter a sell right now because it's still ranging. So if I just delete these again right here, Yash, you can see that if price bounces off this area again, it's a double bottom, right? Rejection, rejection. This can easily swing back up this direction. So if I put this back on right here, this can easily come back up here, right? So I wouldn't necessarily enter a sell or a buy right here. I would wait for it to close below the structure, which is going to be at 1.71794. And then once that happens, you can enter a sell and then just write it down even further. I wouldn't enter the buy anywhere here because price can easily reject off any of these points here, right? It can reject off there. It can reject off there. I mean, there's a lot of points of rejection where you can get screwed. So I wouldn't enter a buy here. We have a sell bias. So I would only be looking for sells, but I wouldn't enter the sell until it breaks and close past the structure, because at that point you can go for the bigger move right here and catch that TP for about 100 pips. But it's going to be difficult for it to break below here. You can see obviously it's had trouble breaking below here in the past month or so. So, you know, it's going to be difficult for it, but the main keys to look out for is going to be above here, which is 1.74499, or below here, which is going to be 1.71789. And those are the two areas that I'd be looking out for GCAD. So that's it for GCAD. Let me move on to the next one, see if there's anything else that I can see. Damn, this thing's pushing up super heavy right now. Yeah, no problem, Yash. Glad I could help you with that. Other than that, I mean, US 30 guys, I don't know if we're going to have an entry today. I mean, we'll see. I'll keep holding on with you guys for a bit. But I think for the most part, it just doesn't really look like we're going to get anything. I mean, we'll see. Who knows? This could be swinging up for a buy. Who knows? Like for this right here, let me check real quick. Yeah, because price is now trending up at this point. So looking at this right here, let me check Marcus's messages real quick. Marcus. All right, let me just check this real quick. Oh yeah, now CT's looking at NASDAQ. All right, Marcus said, oh, he's been watching. He said, I said when I see that second order block, it seems to keep pushing. Yeah, no, usually it usually does because it just bounces off it, right? The order block bounces off it and then it keeps pushing up higher and higher. Kind of similar to what happened right here. Like right here, we had this order block and then just, continued on. But we'll see. The thing is, it's touching this new order block over here. Or not the new order block, but the old order block right here. So we'll see. Yeah, whenever it continues like that, Marcus, it usually continues pushing up a little farther. So you're on track with that. Usually I do that sometimes too, where I would be waiting for it to I would wait for another signal after, right? So I'd like wait for that. I wait for it to come down a little bit. Like somewhere right here. I wait for it to come down. And then when I get another buy signal, like over here, then I'll take that. Damn, this could have been a decent buy right here. Yeah, that'd have been a full TP right there if we took that. If you guys were following me earlier, I was mentioning how like sometimes I take these invalid signals because if we took this invalid signal right here, that would have hit full TP already right there. But I'm still testing this, guys. I haven't figured out if it's a good match or not, if it's something that we should use because it's still obviously it's still a risky move from that point. Let me see. Just want to check this real quick. Man, I haven't taken the trade all morning. I probably have to refresh my MT4. All right, refreshing it. All right. Let me just scroll up real quick. Big Thought, he's asking, do you have a lot size chart to show how much we need to trade a certain lot? There's no specific lot size chart. Big Thought, it depends on your risk because depending on your stop loss, if your stop loss is wide or small, that's where it's going to vary. It's not going to depend on your capital. Like for example, if you're taking the trade that has like a 500 pip stop loss, it's going to be way different for if you have a trade that has like 1,000 pip stop loss, right? Like down here, because then your risk is going to be higher. So the main parameters that you would need to identify, what lot size you need would be your stop loss. That's going to be the main thing. It's going to be your stop loss. And then from there, you can calculate what your lot size should be because it's going to be based off that stop loss. Like for example here, right? So let me just show you for an example. So if you're so US 30 risk using a 0.01 on we'll just use Hugo's way because that's everyone's like their main thing, right? If your stop loss is 500 on a 1.1, then your risk is going to equal, stop loss is 500, then risk equals, what is it, like 50 bucks? Yeah, 50 bucks. Stop loss is 1,500 or 1,000, then risk equals 100 bucks. Stop loss is 1,500 and risk equals 150. So your lot size doesn't change. Your stop loss is what makes the difference. If your stop loss is wider, you're going to lose more money. If you have to figure out what your stop loss is first. Depending on what your stop loss is, that's when you can change your lot size. Because like, for example, if it's a 1, 0.01, if you end up doing a 0.02, this is just going to double. It's going to be 100. So this is how you would figure it out. But you would need to know what your stop loss is to figure out, what your lot size would be depending on your account size. Because if you're trading a 0.01 on Hugo's Way, you're going to need at least, $1,000 to trade on Hugo's Way. So I don't know if this makes sense to you, but your capital doesn't depend on like your lot size doesn't depend on your capital. Your lot size is going to depend on your stop loss. And then when you figure that out, then you'll know what your capital needs to be. No, it's not $1, Stanley. It's 10 cents on Hugo's Way. It's $1 on other brokers, but not on Hugo's Way. Because the smallest lot size you can use on Hugo's Way is going to be a 0.01. I only know that because I trade on Hugo's Way. If you're using a 0.10, that's $1 per pip. But yeah, it might be for a different broker, Stanley. I mean, I don't know if you're using Hugo's Way, if you're using something else, because other brokers value it differently. Hugo's Way does it, it's 10 cents per pip if you're trading on Hugo's Way. So I know some other brokers, they have it $1 per pip. Like if you're using, I'm trying to think, or even if you're using like CoinEx, if you're using CoinEx, it'll be a penny per pip. So you could go even smaller. Nico said, people have no idea how much patience you have. LOL, most people making money like you don't, not going to be answering simple questions. Thank you for still doing these streams, man. Yeah, no, definitely, guys. Like I mentioned, guys, I'm here to help you guys out. I make enough profit trading myself. So I'm here to help you guys be profitable like everyone else in K2. I'm not really here for anything else. Like, that's why if you guys want to sign up to K2, you guys can. If you don't want to, that's completely fine, because I'm still going to make profit from trading. Everyone in K2 is still going to make profit from trading. Your ability to join K2 is it's really your opportunity. It's not really, it doesn't make a difference for us, because whether you join K2 or not, we're still going to be trading the same way we've been trading for the past 2 years now. So if you guys want to join it, it's fine. If not, then you guys can just watch me trade live, and that works too. Yeah, no problem, Big Thoughty. Every time I see your name, it cracks me up, Big Thoughty. It's funny. There's a couple people here have some funny usernames. But yeah, man, market is like it's just too slow right now. There's just not much for us to look at. So if you guys have any other questions, I mean, this is probably the best time for you guys to ask me questions, because I don't really have much to look at. I'm looking for some scalps here, but there's just no scalps for us to take. We'll see. It might be coming down. So if it comes down right here, this might be because we do have this old order block right here. So it can be rejecting off that, but we'll have to, we'll have to see. I was thinking, I was like, damn, like this right here, if we just identify this order block down here, like check that out. We had the rejection from this point, that like invalid buy, then we could probably enter that buy right there, right? Damn. I'm just like, my mind's just all over the place. Whenever I see something new, I think about what I should be, like where my focus should be. But yeah, I mean, looking at US 30 here, price is just not moving at all. It's just going sideways now. It went sideways right here, came up a little bit. Now it's going to go sideways, probably go up or down at this point. All right, there's a sell signal. Hey, CT, would you consider this an order block that, yeah, exactly, right? Exactly, resting orders. Would you consider this an order block, CT? Like a valid one to base our trade off? Because if that's the case, it's rejecting off that order block, and we have a sell signal right there. I'm just trying to see like what your thought process is on it. Because if you think it's a good one, then I would probably I'd probably want to hop into that too. I don't know, because I'm not that familiar with order blocks either. Well, I mean, I am familiar with it, but I'm not I'm not like I know what an order block is, but I'm not really good with it yet because I'm used to just drawing support resistance or like using the K2 SRs. So we'll have to see. Yeah, Marcus said there's a zone right there too. So that's another plus. Like if we use the K2, oh, no, I don't even have it on here. Oh, it's on this one. Duh. Okay, there we go. K2 SR. Yeah, there's actually a zone right there where Marcus just mentioned. I don't know, a lot of things are just pointing towards the downside for me. So I think this is going to drop. It's just knowing if it's really going to drop or not. Yeah, thanks for letting me know, Marcus. Yeah, it's hard. We got about a minute left on here. That daily entry is still running over here though. Heavy in drawdown. That's why I wouldn't really want to mess with this here off that daily entry. Here, let's see. Billy said head and shoulders. Let me see real quick. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't trade patterns, but I could still identify it. Let's see, I'm trying to looking at it from here. Yeah, I mean, I guess it could be playing out, Billy. It's just here, let me see that real quick. So this would be the shoulder. Yeah, I mean, I guess they would play out right there, really. But yeah, no. So Billy said head and shoulders or double bottom. Yeah, this is it's risky because there's a lot of different things that play out. Yeah, exactly. You can go either way. So it's kind of hard to really determine, what our bias is going to be for this. We got 4 seconds left on this candle. Doesn't look like we're going to get the signal. Nope. So we got a pending signal right here. Yeah, Billy, yeah, and Peter said it looks like a W too. Yeah, I could see that too. There's a lot of different patterns. That's why I don't like to trade patterns, because if you guys do trade patterns, you guys can see that a lot of patterns will contradict other patterns, right? So you'll see like one pattern that's saying it's for a sell. You'll see another pattern saying it's for a buy, and it's like, which pattern do you believe, right? So that's why I don't necessarily like trading patterns. That's why I trade based off momentum, because I like to see where where momentum is going. So we're still waiting here, and slow snail market today, which is kind of surprising because Friday is usually, I mean, it's either slow or it's really fast, like one or the other. Yeah, CT said 5 minutes shows zone, but I don't like seeing them breach, just touch into. Yeah, no, same here. I don't like it either when it breaks past the right. I like it when it's a clean rejection. Yeah, I agree. CT. It just seems a little too risky for us to really want to hop into that. Thanks, George. I see your messages right here. I'm not really looking for an algo for bot trading at all. Because I think that algo that you're showing me, that's for a specific strategy already. It's not to create our own strategy. It's something else. But I'll take a look at that later, George, because I think it's something I got to take some time with to look at. Steven, you cracked me up, dude. Do you guys see Steven's message in the group? Steven said, Shawn, do you believe the market is controlled by Illuminati? Steven, I don't know where you get these ideas from. It's funny. You crack me up, bro, whenever you come up with these ideas. I don't know, dude, maybe. I mean, even if it is controlled by Illuminati, I'm still going to trade and I'll make money in these markets. But I don't know. Honestly, I have no opinion on that. Peter said, no, it's aliens. Oh, man. Yeah, Steven, thanks for bringing some life into the chat right now while we're all like waiting for these trades. Man, this looks like such a good sell. I want to take it, but it's like, but I don't see the order block. That's the thing. I'm just gonna mark it up right here. I don't know if you guys want to take it. You guys can take it, but I'm just gonna mark it up and we'll see how it plays out. Because what I'm thinking is that an order block is going to appear at some point, right? Price is gonna be in profit. Like I feel like price is gonna be like way down here in profit already. And then when you least expect it, a freaking order block is gonna show up like right here. It's gonna be off like this green candle. I already know it's gonna happen. Like right there. There's gonna be an order block. If I just take that off right there. I'll probably see an order block come up right there. Yeah, Gal, I'll take a look at Bitcoin right now. But yeah, I'm not in this trade. Obviously, this is just me speculating. I'm waiting for that order block to appear. If the order block does appear, then I'll just enter for a late entry and I'll enter like way up there or something. But we'll see. We'll see how it ends up playing out from there. I'll take a look at Bitcoin real quick for Gallo. So I know, Gallo, you've been asking for Bitcoin for a while. Sorry, bro. I did see your question earlier, but I missed it. So I'm going to delete this right here. The thing with Bitcoin, Gallo, is that it's Bitcoin is a speculative asset. It just kind of does whatever it wants. So it's not like Forex where you can really analyze it from a perspective where you want to identify market structure, but we can still identify market structure here. So turning on the K2 SR indicator right here, we have this zone right here. Let me just fix this again. All right. We got a zone right there. We got a zone right there. We got a zone right here. Zone over, let's see, this overlaps. And zone right there. And then lastly, this bottom zone right here. All right. So that looks pretty solid for the most part. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the K2 SRs. And then looking at Bitcoin right here, you guys can see the market structure, right? Price breaks into this market structure right here, bullish move, comes back down. And as you can see, it does respect, it respects it sometimes, but for the most part, it just bounces all over the place. Sorry guys, I'm going back here to keep checking on US 30 in case we get that order block right there. I got my MC4 ready. I'm gonna take a fat lot size, 10 lot. I'm not taking it yet, but I'm waiting for that order block to give me that confirmation. If it ends up coming up late, I'm still going to take it and I'm just going to catch the ride down. So let me just see if this ends up closing right here and I'll go back to Bitcoin shortly, Gallo. Just 1 second. Yeah, no order block yet. I'm just waiting for it. I could feel the order block appearing right here. But we'll come back to it. So going back to Bitcoin over here, Gallo. So looking at this here, you can see that Bitcoin kind of does whatever it wants, right? It bounces around, doesn't really respect technicals or any of these zones very much. But sometimes it does. Like once it gets into a squeeze or like consolidation, that's where it starts to respect it a little bit, right? So like looking at this right here, if you were to delete this right here, you can see it's respecting it right there, right? You just got to know what to focus on. Like for example, over here, when it pushes above this area, you can delete this zone right here. And this is perfect market structure, right? You just got to take out the noise. So just looking at this point right here, I'm going to go ahead and just draw this vertical line right here. The thing with Bitcoin is that for me personally, I just buy and hold Bitcoin. So I want it to go up. So I have a bullish bias all the time. What I'd be looking for here is for price to break and close above this structure right here. Price is just consolidating sideways right here. But as soon as price breaks above here, that's where I would take that buy. Or I mean, that's where you would identify it as a bullish move. If you know how I trade, every time I analyze Bitcoin for you guys, I tell you guys that I buy the dip, right? So basically whenever price comes up, when it comes back down, I buy the dip because I'm biased for Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin's going to go up. So I just buy it when it's cheap. So it comes down, I buy it right there. It comes back down right here. I buy some more right there. It comes up, comes back down. I buy some more right here, right? This big bullish move right here comes up, comes back down. I buy some more Bitcoin at this dip. So I'm biased for Bitcoin. Like I buy it whenever it dips and I just hang on to it. I don't necessarily trade it actively. The reason for that's because the spread's too wide a lot of times for your broker. Spread's too wide, and there's just little to no movement in some instances. So like, for example, right here, if you were trading this, using a Forex or some type of asset that moves directional, or even a ranging asset like Forex, like US 30 is a directional asset because it just goes up. Like if you guys are familiar with how gold and US 30 moves, most of the time it just goes up, right? A lot of times that's usually what happens. Same with Bitcoin. This is a directional asset that just keeps going up. If this was a ranging asset, then we can probably, analyze it from it bouncing within these areas. But the thing with Bitcoin is something can happen at random and it'll just spike price up if they want to pump Bitcoin. But what I'm saying is if price ends up closing above here, then that's where it's probably going to skyrocket even higher and go to the moon. So my analysis for Bitcoin, I have a bias for Bitcoin and I'm always going to be looking for a buy. So what I would say, Gallo, is a good place to buy Bitcoin would have been down here. You probably missed that opportunity already. So I'd probably wait for it to dip again. And then you can buy some more right there and then catch it as it goes up. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much my analysis for Bitcoin. There's not too much that we can analyze for Bitcoin because like I mentioned, it is it's a speculative asset. All right, going back to US 30. Yeah, no problem, Gallo. I wish I could be more helpful, but it's just how it is. You have to wait for it to close above here and it barely moves. So main keys to look out for would be either above here or below here. But I personally would just buy when it comes below here. I wouldn't even sell if it comes below here, unless you're trading it both ways. All right, back to US 30 over here. Still pushing up. So if I get a buy signal here, I'm probably going to take the buy. Yeah, CT said markets with little follow through, I can't trade it. Same here. There's like no follow through right now. I think I have to pick up this call real quick. Oh yeah, a lot of you guys are asking about my Tesla. Yeah, I picked up my Tesla yesterday, guys. So if you guys are familiar with, I was getting my Tesla wrapped in what I call Profit Chrome Blue. So if you guys are familiar with it, I finally picked it up yesterday. This is what it came out looking like. It looks a lot better in person. I'll take more pictures today because it's sunny, but it's in chrome blue. I was trying to match the MT4 profits, the blue profits on the MT4 screen. That's why I got it in chrome blue. But in the sun, it looks way better. It's way brighter. But all right, so I think I'm going to answer this call real quick, guys, and then I will be right back with, let's see, Stanley said, would it be valid with Josh's strategy? This right here. Yeah, it would be. It would be, but price is consolidating, so he wouldn't have taken this trade here because it's just going sideways. But yeah, guys, I'm going to answer this call real quick, and then I'll be right back in maybe 5 minutes. So I'll be right back in a few minutes, guys. guys, I'm back. Let's see. Nothing's happened since I was gone. All right, so I didn't miss much. Yeah, I mean, if this closes with the buy, then I'm gonna take the buy. See, we got about a minute left on this candle. Just waiting for this to close. When it does, then we can hop in on that. Yeah, exactly. Sisu. So Sisu said he's only going for 250, which is it's smart because it is Friday and you want to get out of the market before the market starts to slow down, like really slow down. It's probably gonna slow down soon, but it's already slowing down now. You guys can see it's only 840, and you can see like earlier price is moving like 300 pips right per candle, and then went from moving like 300 pips to like now like not even 100 pips. So you can see that market volatility is starting to die down here, guys. And this is why I don't trade on Fridays most of the time. There's no reason for it. But we'll keep looking for trades. If I don't see anything within the next 20 or 30 minutes or so, then we'll probably just call it a day. But looking at this here, if this closes right here for a buy, then I will probably buy it. Reason for that's because we have the order block right here. And then if that buy signal closes right there, then it would provide for an entry for us. So we'll see. We got 30 seconds left on this candle. Let's see if it closes. 20 seconds. I'm waiting for it. 10 seconds. Yeah, 5 seconds. Nope. Damn, man, this market's so whack today. All right, no signal. Now we have a pending signal. David said, everyone says martingale system will blow your account. Yeah, I agree. That's why I've never done martingale. I never recommend anyone do if you're doing martingale, you're just gambling at that point. There's no guarantee trade's going to go in your direction on the next trade. You know, it's never going to go that way. But yeah, I mean, people who do martingales are like, they're just gamblers. They're like new traders, or they're just, yeah, Yash said, David, did you find that out the hard way? I mean, I've played around with martingale before, but you could go on a heavy losing streak and like never come back from it, and it just, and that's the game of it. But yeah, I would never recommend anyone ever doing martingale. If you guys aren't sure what martingale system is, basically it's like one trade you do a normal lot size and then they double it on the next one. That's like something that we had a couple members in K2. They came from some other like shady groups and they taught them to do that. And all they did was blow accounts. Like they would get lucky every once in a while, but they would end up blowing everything. Damn, C6 said, when I first started trading, I did martingale, blew 6 accounts and realized it didn't work. Yeah, no, for sure. I think everyone's done martingale at one point. They've definitely done it at one point where they've done martingale and they just end up not just with trading, but like even with gambling. I've seen people like in the casinos, they martingale when they play like blackjack, and it's crazy. Yeah, overly hope. Yeah, Nick said, not me. Don't even know what that is. Yeah, you don't want to know what it is, Nick. Exactly. David said, I think the reason BE people, I think the reason BE people fail martingale is because they try to do sniper. Yeah, Scott says it looks good in backtesting. When you do it for real, it doesn't usually play out that way. Yeah, no, I agree. But if you do multiple entries, buy stops, sell stops, and scalps built within it, I think it could. I mean, yeah, if you have a strategy that works, David, that like you can do that where you can have multiple positions within, then yeah, 100%, it could work out that way. But for the most part, I mean, if you're just randomly martingaling the system, like I see a lot of people, they trade crossovers and then they trade crossovers and they martingale it. But, it's really, really risky. Dave said, and when you do win, you're not really gaining much back other than what you originally lost. Yeah, exactly. You go back to break even at that point. Yeah, Scott said when you see a straight equity curve on an EA, chances are it's a martingale. Yeah, exactly. I agree, Scott, because they go through like a big loss and then they just have one big win and then they break even and then they just keep going down. I agree with what you were mentioning, Scott. See, CT said martingale works okay for roulette. It needs consistent odds. Trading changes odds. With confluences, it doesn't work. Yeah, exactly, CT. Unless it's like a guaranteed 50-50. Like if you're playing something like Baccarat, even Baccarat's not 50-50, but I mean it's close to it. I think Baccarat and roulette, those definitely. Yeah, I would never use EA either, David. I like having control of my trades and having control of my account. There was this group last year that a lot of their traders came over here to K2. They were in this like scam group. This dude, he was doing a PAM account and they're using an EA. And then it happened like over the holidays, I think like 2 years ago. They had a PAM account and then their EA like went rogue. Like it wouldn't close their trade and it went into slippage. So they all lost all the money. And then they came over here to K2 and then they like learned how to normally trade rather than using those PEM accounts or like those little copiers or not copiers, the EAs that they were using. Yeah, I'm not comfortable with it either. John said, "Are we still in that sell scalp? Which one are you talking about, John? Oh, sorry, Steven. Which one are you talking about, Steven? I don't know which seller you're talking about. Are you talking about this one over here? I didn't take this one right here, so I'm not in this trade over here. I was just waiting for it to close. I was waiting for a what's called an order block to appear right here because I think an order block is going to appear here eventually, right here. So this will probably be. I mean, we just got to wait for it. But you can see here that price is like rejecting off that point, right? It's just bouncing off this zone right here. So I think once we get that order block, I'll probably enter into this sell a little late. But yeah, Steven, I'm not in the sell, but the sell is still technically active if you took it. This would have been a sell right here, but it's not an official trade yet because there's no order block above it. So we don't have anything that's confirming that move. Right there. Yeah, I mean, it's not an official trade though, Steven. Like it's not even a risky trade. It's not a trade at all because there's no entry there. So there's I just marked it up, but that doesn't mean that it was an entry. I never said it was an entry. I said it was I was just marking it up to watch it. So Steven, this is what I mean about you paying attention, bro. You can't just enter the trade because you see the box here. You got to make sure that it's an actual trade. I was mentioning that I was waiting for the order block to show up right here. And then when it does show up, I'm going to enter late. I never said to enter the trade. I just marked it up. So Steve, you got to pay attention, bro. You can't be making mistakes like that because you're in drawdown now. We're a slight drawdown. You just got to be patient and wait for the actual trade to appear. Just because I show the box parameters doesn't mean that it's a trade. It's just, yeah, just because I put a box there, Steven, I didn't even tell you parameters. If I gave you the stop loss TP, if I said this, hey, Steven, here's the entry, and I read these to you, then that's an entry. But I never said anything. So it's like I'm not even in this trade myself. I mean, it could play out, Steven. Don't get me wrong. It could still play out. But it is Friday, and there's no entry yet. So I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for an actual order block to appear right here. It hasn't appeared yet. So that's all that I'm waiting for. Yeah, it's not really worth it, guys. It's not worth entering a trade right now if there's no valid entry available yet. Yeah, that's fine, Steven. It's better that you only lost a few bucks than, lost than any of this other stuff. Damn, Nick said took a 100 loss, but that's okay though. Hey Gallo. Oh, Gallo said, what college did you attend, Shawn? I went to Long Beach for my undergrad, and then I went to Thomas Jefferson, San Diego for my law school. So I went to undergrad, law school, and then here I am, a trader. Didn't use any of my education. Well, I was a lawyer for a little bit. I was a lawyer for a bit, but then I obviously became a full-time trader last year. So I did use it for a bit. Yeah, Steve, Scott, we do. You can go watch all the previous live sessions because I trade live every day. So if you want to go trade live, I mean, if you want to see all our previous live trades, I trade live every morning, so you can see all the previous ones where we went over them, or like you can see the old ones where I call other trades. Like you can see yesterday's or the days before to see how the trades are called. But yeah, I do call all the trades that we get on here. Oh no way, Gal, you went to Long Beach? When'd you go to Long Beach? Is that how you know me? I was wondering how'd you even find me, or how'd you find K2? It's funny because I do see some people here in the group, like they're from the area, or I went to college with them, or they like we knew each other at some point, and then they ended up here. That's crazy. It's a small world. Gal, if you ended up going to Long Beach. Oh, what the hell? You said exactly. I thought you said you went there. Yeah, no, there's a couple people here who ended up being around the area. That like randomly, like I was at a dog park the other day, and one of the guys that's in K2, he saw me wearing my K2 shirt, and he was like, "Hey, are you in that K2 group?" And I was like, "Yeah, bro, I'm Shawn." And this dude like didn't believe me. The people that are in my area, but no, it happens sometimes. Oh, you're talking about college? Yeah, no, exactly. I went to college, went to law school, became a lawyer for a bit, a couple of years, and then here I am, a trader. Uh, Man, this market is so dead, dude. This is the most boring day ever. Nick said, dude, I was searching through YouTube like 3 pages deep when I originally found your live stream. That's funny. Yeah, sometimes some people find the stream easier while some people don't. That's why usually like people try to like the stream, because if you guys like the stream, it'll show up on other people, like it'll show up on your friends' pages and stuff. So your other friends can see this stuff too. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me because I'm not really focused on like mentoring people anymore. So you guys are free to like sit in and copy my trades, but I'm more focused on actually on just focus on these new strategies, because this stuff's like crazy. Like this new strategy that we've been using has been super on point. So right here, if we have this buy signal right here, I'm probably going to take this buy. I might take it for a smaller lot size. I don't think I'm going to take it for a big one. It is kind of risky. So we got 20 seconds left on this candle right here. The reason why I would take this buy is because it's going to be an entry for this one over here. Let's see. All right, I'm getting ready to take this buy right here. All right, I'm in the position, guys. Shit, I took a big position on that. All right, so I'm in this position right here, guys. If you guys want to take it, there's the parameters for you guys. Right there. Let me see what the price difference is here so I can set my TP stop loss. 33605 minus 33591, 15 pips. It's a big difference. All right, whatever. So 33627 minus 15. 33552 minus 15. All All right, so there are the parameters right there. Stop loss is 33,537 on FTMO, and T is going to be 3,612 now. My FTMO parameter is currently in profit right now, slightly. Dude, I freaking hate MT4. All right, currently in profit right now. So I'm going to set this alert right here. This is going to be the 3-minute. All right. So I got that running right now, currently in the trade. Let's see, Jeff's asking, Shawn, are you looking at volume at all? Well, my momentum indicator is based on volume. I mean, there's different things that I put into this indicator right here, but it's mostly based off like volume. It's based off momentum. I mean, it's strictly momentum, but yeah, obviously, volume goes into that when determining if there's momentum there. So I don't necessarily use a volume indicator at all, but CT does. So CT is another guy in the group. He's one of the K2. He's basically one of the K2 admins at this point. CT actually, he uses volume. So he sends me his charts every once in a while, and then we kind of just match stuff up. But I personally don't really use volume at all. I probably should. It works well with stuff like this, with like stuff that's like that has high volatility, like US 30 or something that just moves really quickly, right? Volume works really good with those kinds of assets, like a lot of futures, something like gold, stuff like that. But I personally don't use it myself. Right? I mean, I could turn it on if I really wanted to. I just don't know. Let's see. I don't know if it works on currency.com. Oh, it does. Or they have the other volume indicator too. What's the other one? Volume profile. Yeah, I know CT uses a VP. What's this, VPVR, I think, or whatever it's called. But yeah, there's a lot of volume in this area right here. Just looking at it. So we could probably see a push up. I'm gonna delete the old one. That's kind of, yeah, we don't really use that one. But yeah, the VPVR shows a lot of volume in this area. So I personally don't use it, but I mean, a lot of other people do. And it is useful for something like this, but I feel like it just creates too much noise for someone like myself, because I like having a clean chart. I don't really like having too much stuff on there. So I personally don't use it, but I know other people in the group do use it. Nice. Yeah, Rick, whenever you're in town, dude, we'll go grab a beer at Ballast Point over there in Long Beach. You know, it's funny that Ballast Point used to be like this club that everyone used to go to when we were in college at Long Beach. And then they just pretty much remodeled it into Ballast Point. I mean, you can use VWAP too, Jeff. I personally don't use VWAP. It's just too much noise for me. I don't use any volume indicators like that to show me where volume is. I look at the momentum using the momentum indicator right here. This pretty much has everything, and I don't really need volume like once we have momentum, right? Because we just have the rejections off the order blocks, and then, I mean, VWAP is useful, but it's not, I don't think it's really necessary. I've never used it before myself with my actual analysis, but I've seen other people use it. I feel like a lot of people that they use a lot of indicators, but don't really know how to use them, right? Because I've seen a lot of people use VWAP, and I see people who know how to use it, and I see people who have no idea what they're doing. But yeah, no, VWAP is a good one though. I know a lot of people use that for cryptos. Where's VWAP on here? I forgot what VWAP was. It was fixed range? No, it's not fixed range, is it? No, I don't think so. Yeah, I forgot what the VWAP was. Oh, it's just its own. Yeah, I mean, you could use VWAP too if you wanted to. I don't think this, is this the VWAP? Doesn't look like it. It says built-in VWAP sessions. Yeah, I'm not really familiar with it. Wait, what the fuck is this? Sorry guys, I'm like confused. Don't tell me it's a freaking order block. No, it's not order block. This is different. Let me delete that. Fuck, man. Now we have a signal in the opposite direction. Man, this is getting tricky. I'm thinking about once I move back into profit, I might just close it out. I don't really like the market right now. It's just, you know, price action is just trash right now. And there really isn't much volatility in the market. It's kind of just bouncing back and forth. And I don't like when there's like back-to-back signals like this. Like right now, price is just going back and forth within this area right here, right? It's literally just ranging within this area right here. So there really isn't much for us to really take out of this for the most part. It's just going to keep bouncing around. So I think once it moves back into profit, I'm probably going to pull out, and then I'm probably just going to call it a day because the market is just not really moving very much. It's just going back and forth. All right, so I'll keep watching it with you guys, and then we'll see how it goes from here. But if it does, if and when it does swing back into profit, I'm probably just gonna close out and I'm gonna call it a day, guys. It's already 9 o'clock. Market's gonna start to move kind of funky at 10 anyways. So I'm just gonna let this play out, let it swing into profit, and then I'm gonna close it out. There's just no point in taking risk today. It's Friday, market's not really moving, and it's just slow overall. So we'll see how this moves. But other than that, let me see if there's anything else for me to look at here. Yeah, not really. Nice. Looks like CJ over here. He said he had back-to-back wins on NASDAQ 100. So he was applying Josh's 3-minute strategy right here on NASDAQ. So dude hit TP right there, TP right there, TP right there. Nice. Nice work, CJ. You deserve some emojis, bro. Let me get you some clapping hands right here. There we go. Nice, guys. Great work amongst everybody here. I'm still in this trade right here, but I'm probably going to pull out too. I'm just going to wait for it to swing back up, and I'm probably going to pull out. Oh, man, is that delete this right here. Fuck, it's an order block for a sell. So I might have to swing this for a sell instead. Yeah, this is going to be a bad trade, guys. I might just pull out of this trade because right here we have the order block for a sell right here, and then we have a sell signal. So this is technically a sell entry right there. But here's the thing. This can probably drop to this point, and then it'll probably just swing back up into profit over here. So I might even take both. Who knows? Just hedge the position, right? Yeah, I might hedge this for a sell, and then I'll catch it as it comes down because I think what might happen here is it might come down, hit TP, and then come back up. But I'm going to think about it first. I'm not going to hop in. Today's Friday, like I mentioned. It's a risky trading day, so it's kind of tough to really make this call right here if I want to hedge it. Because the thing is, if you take this sell right here, you can still profit as it makes its way down here, and then it'll probably just swing all the way back up after that. Because me and Josh have run into that a couple of times where, you know, you're basically able to hedge this if that becomes the case. But this is why this indicator is like, this is why the order blocks thing is kind of funky, because this disappears and it reappears. So if this ends up pushing above here, like say for this candle, if this candle closes above here, then this will probably disappear. And then that's where it's going to be a little, you know, it's going to be risky at that point. But we'll see. If this ends up closing below here, like if it ends up pushing lower, then I'm going to catch it for the small little move that I can catch right here. I'll close out profit, and then I'll catch it on the ride back up. That's basically what I'm looking for here. But this is going to be tricky because they're conflicting positions. It's like, do I want to go and hedge it, or do I want to just hang on to it, let it go into drawdown, and then, you know, catch it as it goes back up? So that's what I'm going to be thinking about right now. But I got to see how this candle right here closes. See, we got 50 seconds left on this candle. Because if I do hedge it, I can hedge half of my position, so I can basically, you know, cover my other position if that becomes the case. But then if they both go like in opposite directions, then that's where it becomes really risky, because it is Friday. It's 9 o'clock. Market's going to start acting funky, and then the direction is probably going to be all over the place. So let me check this real quick. Hey, Gunjan, you sound like a scammer, bro. This dude's probably Harry Trader, like from last time. Harry Trader, dude. Harry Trader and Hardeep Singh from the last time. That always comes in here and talks. Let's see what we got over here. Yeah, exactly. It's double martingale, right? So I'm like thinking about whether I'm going to take that or not, or if I'm going to write it. Yeah, that's what I was saying too, Jeff. Like even for that over there, you would have a problem using US 30 with volume. Yeah, I don't know how to trade Gunjan. Gunjan, if you say so, bro. So I guess like all of our profits here, right? Like everyone in K2 makes profits every day, but I don't know how to trade, right? I guess like, yeah, everyone's profits here are all fake profits. Yeah. Yeah, Gunjan, go show me your demo profits, bro. Yeah. And it's always funny when we get trolls in this room. It's like, dude, people want to come in here, talk out of their ass, and then that's that. So other than that, guys, we haven't had a loss yet, Tommy. There is no loss yet. I have a feeling Gunjan is here with Hardeep from last time, or Harry, but Harry is Hardeep. That was his real name because he came in with his real YouTube the other time. All right, let's see. Man, this market is just moving too slow right now. Let's see. Man, this market's just too boring right now, dude. There's like nothing for us to really look at. Yeah, I'm probably gonna what I'm gonna do is I'm going to hedge this for a sell. So I'm hedging this for a sell right here. I'm gonna catch it as it drops, and then I'm gonna write it back up. Because now we have two of these right here. So if you guys want to take, you guys can. This is it's a risky way to trade, because what I'm doing is I'm catching it right here to cover losses for this one. If this ends up losing, I don't think it's going to lose, but I'm using it just to cover the trade. The reason for that is because we have order blocks right here. We have another order block right here. So this would qualify as a valid sell. But the thing with this is that it could, come down, then bounce back up from here. So I guess I'm just getting a bunch of messages right here. So I'm just texting people back. Yeah, unless you guys know how to hedge, I wouldn't recommend you guys do it, but I'm just showing you guys what I'm doing here. I'm hedging this for a small win for the sell, and then I'm gonna swing it back. Well, I still have my buy. I have both of them running at the same time. Man, these memes are funny. Yes, Sisu said Pikachu, you can literally catch them all at this point. Gunjan, Hardeep, and Harry. Nice. So I'm gonna set this up real quick for this other for this hedge right here. So I got this hedge running. Let's see, 33, 5, 6, 9 minus 15. And then we got 33, 6, 4, 4 minus 15. Let me set my parameters for that other position. Actually, I'm gonna make this one a little tighter. Trying to think, because the thing is, I don't want to run it all the way up there, because if it ends up swinging back up, then I'm probably gonna put this down here. Actually, no, that's freaking way too close. All right, maybe like right there. Yeah, I don't recommend you guys hedge it if you guys don't know what you're doing, because it's a little more advanced, because you guys have to actually be able to calculate the hedge. So Steven, if you don't know what you're doing, don't hedge this. I mean, this is like directly to you, because I already know that you're probably going to try to do this, but you probably don't know what you're doing if that becomes the case. Let's see, 3, 3. That's cool. I'm hedging the position for both sides. Yeah, because it's probably going to come down here. There for this. It's going to be This is the problem with the order block indicator that I was showing you guys, right? See how this one disappeared? There was one over here and there was a second one down here, but the second one disappeared. That's why the problem with this indicator is that it repaints. That's why with the next one, we're going to, I'm going to fix it so it doesn't repaint. Yeah, I mean, either way, my position is going to be covered, whether it goes up or whether it goes down, because the other one's kind of tight. I was just hedging it because I'm basically just going to a point where I'm basically at a point where I just want to break even or make a small profit. So the way that I'm hedging is that either way, if trade goes up or it goes down, I'm going to make some profit either way. So that's what I mean about hedging it. But if it comes down here, so this is best case scenario. If you guys aren't familiar with what I'm doing here, I'm hedging it to the point where I could either break even or make some profit or make double profit. So in order for me to make double profit, price needs to come down here. It's going to hit my sell. I hit full TP off that, right? And then from there, it's going to bounce back up at some point down here and then hit my full TP here. So with this said, I hit full TP for this sell and I hit full TP for the buy, right? If you guys are catching what I'm saying here. But if this case over here, so if this case, if I lose this sell right here, that's fine because I lose the sell, but then I win this buy. So I still make profit both ways because this is only going to be a 25 pip or a less than 25 pip loss. And this is going to be a little higher, right? Because you can see that this win over here is going to cover the sell. So hedging is kind of, it's kind of complicated if you guys don't understand it. And that's why I don't recommend you guys do it unless you guys know, because you guys have to calculate it so that your profit's going to match up, right? So if you win one or you lose one, they're going to balance out to break even or some profit. Vice versa, if they both hit, then you get double profit. But there's no way that they're going to both lose because one of them is going to go one way or the other, right? Just because of how the market's moving. So this is more of a complex way of trading. I don't recommend anyone do it unless you actually know what you're doing. But yeah, I mean, you guys will see what I mean a little later. But this is what I do sometimes when I'm scalping, especially if I'm scalping within a range. This is how you could hedge in between it, because price goes back and forth, right? So you can hit profit in both ways. Yeah, like what CT said right now. He said, unless it goes sideways, it's a close. I think it's going to pick up at least like maybe by 10. Probably by 10, it'll pick up. And then it'll cover my hedge regardless, whichever way it decides to go. But it should pick up. Like, see again, here we go with the buy signal, right? I mean, our main thing is we want it to go up. That the main thing is the upside, because we want it to we want the original position to hit. My hedge, if I lose the hedge, it's fine because it's going to cover my win on the other trade. So this is why I don't recommend you guys do it unless you guys know what you're doing. Steven said he's hedging. I hope you know what you're doing, Steven, because this is going to go over it's going to go over your head if that becomes the case. All right, so right here, it's going to be filling that buy right there. See how we have the order block on the bottom? It's gonna basically hit our TP for our first position here. So if that becomes the case, then we're fine. Jeff, I'm holding them at the same time. I'm hedging them. I'm running two at the same time. I'm holding a buy and a sell. Yeah, Tommy closed out with profit. So where you at, Gunjan? We made profit off that, bro. Thought we didn't know how to trade. Did this dude just disappear now? Are you still gonna talk, Gunjan? Tommy just made profit. So, oh, I guess we do know how to trade here. But yeah, Jeff, I'm in both positions right now. I'm gonna buy and a sell. Because like at this point, I'm already guaranteed profits either way if it goes up or it goes down. Like this way, if it goes up, it'll stop me out for the sell, but it pushes up to this full TP right here. It'll hit my TP. Vice versa, if it ends up coming down here, hits my TP, and then comes back up, then I hit double TP, right? I get profits both ways. So I've already covered my position here both ways. Yeah, we have no losses this week. We're good. So I'm saying you guys just gotta be patient, and you guys gotta have thick skin when it comes down to this over here. Fahad said, anyone doing FTMO challenge, please don't hedge. They will disqualify you. I'm funded, Fahad, and I've hedged and I haven't been disqualified. So I'm not sure where you got that from. Jeff said on the same instrument, that would be possible with options. How is it working with US 30? You can take separate positions, Jeff. You can take both a buy and a sell. They allow hedging. Yeah, we haven't had a loss this week for these scalps. The only problem here is the market is just going sideways, guys. Like I was mentioning before, market is just going sideways right now. So that's why I wanted to cover my position both ways. So that's why I caught it from both directions. No, they do. They do, Steven. I'm not sure where Fahad heard that from, because I'm funded and I hedge, and I've been disqualified. I've been trading with FTMO for a year now. So I don't know where you heard that. Yeah, exactly. See, Sam said FTMO does allow hedging. So I'm not sure where you heard that, Fahad, that you can't hedge. Because I've been with FTMO since like last May, and I've been hedging ever since, and I haven't had any issues with them. The only time you'll lose hedging is if you pass the max loss, not necessarily just normal hedges. It's only if you pass like the max daily loss or the max daily or the max loss in total. Yeah, no, you could hedge, but I think what you're referring to, Fahad, is if you take too much risk. Like say for example, if you take like too big of a lot size, right, and then you end up losing both of the hedges, then yeah, obviously you would lose. But I think you could hedge normally. I've seen other people hedge all the time. You know, I'm just not familiar with that rule. But maybe it was an older rule, Fahad, because they did change the contract. You know, I've been with them since May, so I don't know if we have different contracts or if you're on a different thing. But yeah, I'm looking at my account now. It looks fine. I don't really see anything wrong with it. Yeah, who knows, Fahad? I don't know. but it's been working for me, so I think it should be okay with you as well. But I don't hedge very often. This is only sometimes. If I get caught in a position like this where the trades are going both directions, then that's where I'll hedge. But normally I only take one direction because hedging is dangerous. Of course, if you don't know what you're doing, like for example, here, you guys can see my chart, right? So you guys can see that right here, this sell that I took earlier, this one, I'm only risking 25 pips, right? But for this one, I'm making 25 pips. So it doesn't matter if this one hits or this one loses. I will still make a profit, or I'll make a small loss, or I'll make break even. It's not going to be a big difference for me. At this point, I just want to get out of the trade. So that's why I hedged it, so that I could, so that I can, you know, pull out of the trade when I can. So we'll see. I mean, obviously the bigger move that we want is going to be for the buy, because for the buy, that's what you guys are in. I'm the only one that's in a sell right now. So we don't really care if it goes down. I mean, I do, but for you guys, it's not really a big deal, right? Like I wanted to hit TP because that TP is the one that we actually called for you guys. Sorry guys, I'm just checking my checks real quick. Yeah, so our original position is still looking good right here. It's pushing up, going to TP. If it hits the stop loss for my hedge, that's fine. I'll take that loss, and then you guys can take the win. Well, it doesn't matter because I'm gonna win regardless because I already covered the covered that one. Yeah, I'm still holding the buy too. So we're all still pretty good right now for the most part for you guys who held on to that. I mean, Tommy pulled out unfortunately, but he made some profit, so he's good. Let's see. Nice. Tommy said 67 profit. Win is a win. Yeah, dude. But yeah, Fahad said I only got funded a couple months ago, but again, I'm probably mistaken. Well, I was just trying to follow all the rules and probably got paranoid. No, that's smart, Fahad. It's smart that you would rather not take the risk than risk it, right? Because I've seen a lot of people who take a lot of risk that don't understand the rules very well, and they miss it. But like for me, I've been with them for a long time, so I kind of got the hang of everything by now. Nice. Tommy made a profit off that. Chilling. Man, I'm thinking about dumping my hedge, but I'm still holding on to it. No, I'm just gonna hang on to it. It's cool. Because I already, like at this point, I want it to just go up here. Even if it goes up here and stops me out on this one, my trade's still covered regardless. So it doesn't matter whether it wins or loses. I'm gonna be good to go. But yeah, other than that, guys, it's like really slow right now. So I might be logging off. It's 9:30. Market's gonna start to pick up a little bit, maybe around 10. But at that point, I don't really want to be in any more trades. So other than that, let me see if there's anything else. Was there news today? No, it was Canadian news this morning, but that was about it. Anything on CNBC? Nothing here either. Yeah, guys. So I think that's it for today. I think I'm going to be logging off for the day. I'll be doing some back office stuff. I got a lot of stuff. I got to put everything together for the week. But if you guys have any other questions, feel free to reach out. I'll keep continuing to watch this position. I'll give you guys an update when it hits TP. Looks like it'll hit TP, but like I mentioned, it's probably going to move slow for a while, and I don't want to hang on for like another 30 minutes to just watch this go, snail movement sideways. So I'm probably going to log off for now, guys, and then I will catch you guys in the chat, or if you guys want to email me, feel free to email me. I'll be available. I'll be around. It's just I'm going to be doing some back office stuff because I got to wrap up this week. I got to put the results together, and then I got to get everything set up. So other than that, guys, thanks for showing up. Happy Friday, and have a great week, guys. So other than that, I'll catch you guys back here on Sunday evening. And then from that point, we will we'll kick off the next trading week. So hopefully you guys had a great trading week. I know we all did here. You know, looking at everyone's profits for this week, like if I go over here to the saved messages, this week started on April 5th, right? So going from all the way up here, you can see everyone's profits, or April 4th actually. So April 4th was Sunday. So from right here, you can see everyone's profits from Sunday up until today. Josh made 300 on that. Mark made 500. Mark made 1,000 on his other account. C-Suk made 1,035. Marcus over here made 77 on that account. Uncle made 398. Uncle made 406 on his other account. Billy made 2,275. C-Suk made 2,479. Marcus made another 152. C-Suk made another 3,000. And we can keep going, guys. Like we literally go through this forever. I can show you guys all the profits from this week, but as you guys can see, everyone had an amazing week this week. I don't think we had any losses here on the live session, so it's been a great week overall. So hopefully you guys have a great weekend, and then we will definitely catch you guys back here on Sunday for more profits. But, you know, just seeing everyone's profits here, it's a good sign, right? Good sign for a great week, and then another good sign for another good week to come following April week 2. So other than that, guys, great. Have a great weekend. Be safe, and I'll catch you